horsepower requirement for both of 85 horses. The Eco Cultivator requires 110, so you're saving horsepower requirement. And yeah, it's a little bit smaller, 0.3 meter smaller rather than the 3 meter for the Eco Cultivator. 10 megabytes to install. Not that shabby. Not that shabby indeed.
Hello?
So, yeah, again, this is going to be a good one. Will T, am I hearing you in the background?
Yes, you are.
Nice.
So,
How's it going, sir?
oh, I'm doing alright. I am so sorry I'm late. Yeah, cause what I had a friend of mine over and we were all hanging out for Bree's birthday playing Mario Party. So,
Very nice. How's her birthday gone so far? Happy birthday to her, by the way.
it was going good, and then it was kind of in the middle, but it got way better in the end. So,
Awesome, awesome. Well, at least it ended on a high note.
which one did you leave off? The Lizard SD1.
Lizard SD1.
Oh, right, perfect. Then I did not miss a whole lot.
No, no. So, what's your opinion on the SD1 there, Will?
Pass. I mean, I mean, I mean, it it looks good. But I'm gonna quote Andy Farms here for your small farm shenanigans.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let's see, real quick. Mega Farmer, it's that pack you're on about. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta love the packs. Daniel says just going to be hanging around. Awesome, Daniel. Appreciate you coming out. Let's see. We got Did Smooth Anti Tannin Cops says, hey, whew, that is one mouthful of a name. Let's see. I'm just gonna refer to you as Smooth if you don't mind. Smooth, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So moving on to our next one here.
Give me 1 second. Mega Farmer says, "Hey, Will. Hey, what's going on?"
Let's see. We got the MSS 300 Lizard Farming. This is by Assassin TV2 and is
Love it.
2.63 megabytes to download, right?
Love the name.
Right. This is a leveler and can be purchased for $4,750 and a horsepower requirement of 80 horsepower, a working width of 3 meters. Let's go ahead and take a look at our closest comparables. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find our levelers. And as soon as I say that, I find it immediately. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Closest comparable we have is the hilarious MES 400, price of $6,800 and 4 meter working width. That's one better than the 3 meters that we have for our mod. And let's see, a price of $4,750 for the mod as compared to $6,800. So you're saving almost $2,000, but you are getting a 1 meter cut from the mod. So that's kind of a bummer. But only 3 megabytes to install. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So all in all, a little bit cheaper, but you are getting a little bit smaller working with. So 3 megabytes, I would say that this is okay. Will, what do you think?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Dub Grub, what's going on? I want to say one thing real quick. I love that name, Dub Grub. Oh, what's going on? No, I absolutely love this. This was back in FS22. Yeah, it was a conversion over to 25 from 22. I actually used this a lot. I had it attached to my 8R. Oh, it was beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, I don't do a ton of silage work or bunker silage work, um, but when I do, I tend to kind of shy away from these particular levelers and stuff like that, and I tend to go more for the compaction weights and stuff like that. So that's not one that I'm going to take too strong of opinion on in any direction.
Right.
All right, so moving on, we've got the Still 026. This is a chainsaw by Katzen18 and is 5.2 megabytes to install at a whopping price of $500. It has a horsepower requirement of 3.5 meters for some reason and a working width of 0.35 meters. Again, for some reason,
For some odd reason.
they, they wanted to get precise with this one. We got to know. We got to know. So I can tell you right off the bat that this is going to be a somewhat of a big savings, about half price for this still here. And unfortunately, it doesn't tell us in game the facts behind the required power, the working with, or anything like that. So I'm going to presume that this is going to do all your forestry work just like any of the other ones would. And at 6 megabytes to install, if you want to save $500 for your one-time purchase of a chainsaw, here you go. Me personally, this is going to be a pass for me. I can go ahead and spend the extra $500 and just stick with something that's base game.
Yeah, it's a
Will, what do you think?
hard pass for me. I'd rather, it's a chainsaw. We have in base game.
Yep, right there with you. Moving on, we've got the Lizard Animal Barns by Mr. Hector, 84.07 megabytes to install. We've got a pig barn, sheep barn, horse barn, chicken barn, pig fence, and sheep fence along with this pack. A whole bunch of stuff coming with it. Pig barn at a whopping $209,000 to purchase, 300 base capacity, food capacity of 110, straw capacity of 60,000. We've got the sheep barn, again, $179,000, room for 300 sheep, and a food capacity of 60,000. Water is automatic, which is very nice. And again, same thing with the pig barn, water is automatic. Horse barn, $158,500, room for 16 horses, and a capacity of 23,000 liters, 20,000 liters of straw, water automatic. Chicken barn, $136,000, capacity of 600 chickens, and 110,000 liters of capacity for feed. Pig fence and sheep fence, they're $100. You have your dimensions for your pig fence of 2, 4, and 6 meters, and for your sheep fence, 1.5, 2, 4, and 6 meters. All in all, I love these barns. Absolutely love them. I'm pretty certain, and will keep me honest on this, these are the barns that were used in Carpathian Countryside in last year's version. Am I correct?
Yes.
I thought so. They looked a little bit familiar. So, all in all, I love these barns. Absolutely love them. They are really, really gorgeous. They have good capacities. They're not overly expensive for the most part, especially for what you're signing up for. And again, looking at our closest comparables, looking to start with the pig barn at $209,000. Let's go ahead and check that out. Nope, that's pigs. There we go. So we've got a capacity, what was it, 300 pigs?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, that's going to get us to the... Ooh, we got the pigsty large. That's going to hold you 275 pigs at a price of $164,000. So really, base game is a big price savings, and you're only missing out on 25 pigs as a total capacity. You still get the automatic watering, capacities and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me the capacities, but that's kind of a swing and a miss for the pigs. What about sheep? Do we have anything good to say about the sheep? We're gonna have, let's see. Ooh, that's gonna be kind of a big one right there. So the sheep, $179,000 to buy, 300 sheep can fit in it. And base game, we have a sheep barn large, 68 sheep. So you're already getting almost 232 additional sheep base, which is nice. And the price for the sheep barn large base game is $97,000. So you are spending quite a bit more, but you're getting quite a bit more in the room of capacity. So very nice. Horse barn. I don't know. Does anybody ever do horses?
No.
I know I sure don't.
No.
Ah,
It's a waste of
closest
time.
comparable is going to be our horse barn large. 16 horses compared to 16 horses. We got a push right there. Horse barn large is $125,000 base game. This one is $158,500. So you're spending about 25 plus grand more for the modded version. So again, you're spending a lot more money You are getting a kind of a deal on the sheep barn, but that's when you kind of average it out. What about chickens? Chickens here is closest comparable is probably going to be the chicken coop base game. 360 chickens in the chicken coop compared to 600 for the mod. So right off the bat, you're going to get about an additional 240 chickens from the mod as compared to the base game. What about prices? Price for the chicken coop is $79,000 base game compared to the $136,000. So you are getting quite a bit more capacity, but you're going to be spending some money more. But again, you're going to get a better deal with the chicken barn when you average it out across all the chickens. So all in all, what do we learn here? We got some winners and we got some losers, but we got some good mods nonetheless. I say if it wasn't for that 85 megabytes to install, this would be a amazing one to have. Will, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if it wasn't for the whopping 84.07 megabytes to download, I mean, they're not bad. I don't want to seem kind of, I don't know, prejudice would be the word, but the only sheep barn that I use is Celebuki's. And the only horse barn, if I ever do horses, which was never, is Celebuki's horse barn. And then for chicken coop, I mean, I guess it varies on whichever one I feel like using. The one I'm waiting for him, though, is the cow barn from Carpathian Countryside, which is in testing right now.
Oh, very nice.
So, I mean, overall, they're great looking mods. Don't get me wrong; they are fantastic looking mods. But it'd be a pass for me.
Yeah, and Mr. Hector makes some amazing stuff. If you haven't checked out Carpathian Countryside yet, go check it out. It's not out for 25 yet, but it was out for 22, so you can kind of get a feel for it. It was amazing on 22.
They look
But
better in 25.
it'll look way better in 25, and I cannot wait for that one to come out.
Yo, I do
Let's
want to.
see.
I do want to say one thing real quick.
Go for it.
Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the pastures, especially when you can, customize them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just wish we had more cow barns with a high capacity. Excuse me. That didn't have pastures. They were just a building. So, man,
Now, there is that fenceless pack. I think it was what it was called. Yeah, fenceless pastures. It does start out very small, but because you can use the kind of fencing system kind of thing to expand it out, you can get quite a bit of capacity for it. So that is a nice little mod.
yeah,
But it
that,
does leave those little tufts of grass as like the boundary area for it.
well, okay. So, let me use this as an example. So, for the lizard animal barns, so like let's just say you have like the pig barn, right?
Hmm.
Like you have that, but take off the pasture, and you just have the building. I wish we had more of like that without the pasture, or if we had a option that that like a mod came with the pasture, like what was it? It was the extra large cow barn from FSG Tasman. I wish we could get that with an option with the pasture, or without the pasture. So
For sure. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, that would be a nice little addition.
yeah.
Let's see. Oops, I just clicked on the wrong thing. Let's bring all this back up. Okay, so moving on. Actually, before I do, Ken says, "Isn't that chainsaw supposed to have a battered texture on it?" Very likely. Very likely it's gonna have that kind of battered texture, so it's almost like the discounted price on a used still. But kind of same thing applies. It's just not one that I'm gonna be all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this one, spend the what was it like 6 or 7 megabytes to install it,
Yeah.
and save $500. It's like meh. I mean, $500 at the end of the day is like absolutely nothing in game. absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's going to be very easy to earn your way, $500. So all in all, that's going to be one that I'm going to just kind of breeze over.
Right.
Let's see. Next one is the Riding Stable by VX Mapping. It's 45.63 megabytes to install. Looks like we have a installation cost of $250,000. And does it say the capacity? My guess is going to be 16 horses.
Yep, that's
If
per
I'm
usual.
not, yeah, yeah. So pretty much the maximum capacity for horses. And all in all, it does look really good. But at what price? At 46 megabytes to install. Ah, number one, me personally, I'm not huge into horses. I'm just absolutely not. They take up so much time. As a console player, we don't get the fancy, oh, hey, we'll install the riding mod that rides them for you automatically. You just pay a little fee and whatnot.
Right.
If I could, I would, and then I'd be more interested in horses, not having to sit there and, constantly, attend to them. But if horses are your jam, well, then this is going to be a good one for you because it is a huge facility, got a huge kind of fencing around it, and got the kind of little riding stable on the inside. It looks really sharp. It does have a really nice presence to it. But for me personally, this is going to be a hard pass.
Oh yeah, no, I personally agree. The nice feature about this one though is that it does take straw. Even though they don't, I mean, they can produce manure, but the map has to have a custom animal manure XML built into the modded map for that to happen. Because if it's in the last screenshot, you see like the covered area and it has like it looks like a little bunker
Yep.
underneath. That's where the manure is supposed to go, because your straw goes in the double sliding door right there, which is like right next door to it. And then it's like you feel like the second screenshot. You have your feeding area, but like those little slots in the roof, it looks like 6 panels on the roof.
Yep.
There's a button inside that will open up those. And then on the third screenshot, you see that massive overhang. There's another button that will actually bring that backwards or bring it out. It doesn't come
Oh, like a
out.
retractable roof?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it doesn't come out. So you have to go inside, press the button, have it come out, and then you want to press it again, and it'll go back in. And then there's in the side room over here, there's another button. There's a couple of different buttons that will basically allow you to take everything in like the riding area, like the jumps and stuff like that, and put them away into storage. And then when you want them, press the button.
So what you're saying is that this is the Swiss Army knife of horse barns.
Yeah, basically. I don't do
Nice.
horses. I don't really do horses. So the 45.63 megabytes, that's a bit high. But for the function and how good this mod looks, I'd say it's worth it. But I don't do horses, so I personally wouldn't install it.
Yep, right there with you. Moving on, we've got the Refined Wood Chips and Sawdust Factory. This is by Mr. Dex and is 3.99 megabytes to install. We've actually got a couple of production points here. Firstly, we have the Refined Wood Chips for $35,000 and the Premium Sawdust Factory for $45,000. This one's actually kind of cool. So I've actually got it here on my game. Let me just find it just real quick, and I can kind of give a quick overview of it. So let's see. Where I've got way too many things installed already. I know blasphemy. Woo! You okay there?
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, I heard it.
How'd you hear that? I muted the mic.
Not quick enough.
I just had a big sneeze right there.
Sounded extremely violent, sir. Extremely violent.
Dude, allergies, man. I'm telling you.
Oof, oof.
And
Yeah, no, I hear you there.
I can't take allergy medicine, which stinks
Ah,
because I'm sensitive to it. So it doesn't matter what kind of allergy medicine I take. It puts me to sleep within 30 minutes of taking it.
I I gotcha, I gotcha. So I just placed down the two mods here, the two production points. This one here I'm looking at is the refined wood chips. Now, this one is kind of an odd one to me. So I'm going to give you the kind of facts first, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. So taking a look at the production points I have, again, refined wood chips. You see, the recipe here calls for wood chips in, and you get the refined wood chips out, as well as the premium sawdust. So, all in all, it is what it is. It's kind of got two new outputs that are available because of this mod. But what I find weird about it is that you put wood chips in to a saw. You've got a chop saw, a table saw, and a leveler. Like, why? Why would you put wood chips into these specific things?
No.
Will, explain this to me. Do you know why? You're the FS Encyclopedia. Am I
Uh,
missing something? Have I been doing woodworking wrong my whole life?
no, I mean, that's just the way the modder put it. Don't ask me.
I know, I'm giving it a hard time. No, all in all, I do like this. I think that this is really sharp. And then the second one here for $45,000, this is the Premium Sawdust Factory. This is where you're going to take your refined wood chips and make it into more premium sawdust. So you're basically just taking your, refined pelleted wood chips and making it into even finer stuff. So, yeah, all in all, this is cool. I do like it for 70, what was it? 70 $80,000? Yeah, is that about right? My math is mathing. 80,000? Yes. You're going to have, both of these factories, and you're going to be able to have a nice product at the end. And it's something new. It's something new. So that is very, very nice. Will, what is your take on it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really do woodwork, so I mean, I have no use for it because I don't really use woodwork. Um, I mean, if someone is like big into forestry, big into logging, it is probably something cheap to start off with because you can sell like the premium wood chips for a pretty decent price. I think it's like 800, $900 per 1,000 liter, which
Oh,
isn't
yeah. No,
which
it's
isn't.
a pretty good price.
I mean, if you're not massive into forestry, I mean, I don't know. Just, I guess it just wouldn't be for you. I do want to say one thing though. If you have a question about this mod, hey, Mr. Dex, Dex, I think it's
Yes, yep.
Dex. I don't know your actual name, but if you're listening to this, why did you make it so wood chips go where a saw is?
Dude,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, why make that make sense to me? Like I said, have I been doing woodworking wrong my whole life?
No.
I mean, again, make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. Anybody in the chat. I'm willing to learn. No, but in all seriousness, I do like this. I really do like this. And one thing I wanted to show just real quick was this screen here. Oh, that really, it went all the way back up to the top. So we've got our refined, let's see, where is it? Refined wood chips right here. You can see it does have a pretty big peak and valley. $1,000 is the minimum there in July. We got a $3,447 in January high for refined wood chips. But our premium sawdust, 715 at a low for July and 2,281 for a high in January. Now, the reason that that happens that way is because, again, when you're taking your refined wood chips and making it into the refined wood chips in premium sawdust, you are getting that kind of byproduct of premium sawdust right then and there. But you're taking and getting 1,000 wood chips in to 1,000 refined wood chips out. And then when you put it into the secondary, check that out, 1,000 in to 2,000 sawdust out. So you are getting that inflated output. hence the reason why the kind of price is deflated, or at least appears deflated. But it's because you are getting more of the product from the actual output of the uh, the production point. So it makes sense when everything kind of maths. So
Yeah.
very nice
I mean,
indeed.
I mean, people like it. I mean, because they got a 4.5 star rating by 11 people. So,
Yeah, no, that's got a pretty good one. And like I said, I'm always appreciative of those mods where it kind of brings a new spin to things, especially when it teaches me something new about real life. Apparently, wood chips make makes sawdust with saws and table saws and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anyways,
it's so high in
I,
here.
I'm joking.
No, no, like it legitimately is like it reached almost 92 degrees here today, and it's
Oh,
never.
you're saying it's so hot. I missed
Yeah,
it.
no,
Sorry.
no, it's hot in here. Like I'm like dying in here because it's so hot.
Oh, oh, that's no good. That's no good at all. Next one we have is the reinforced quinset sheds for root crops and wood chips. This is made by Scandinavian Vikings Mod Rebuilds Team. Whew! Say
What a
that
name!
5 times fast. 31.83 megabytes to install. Looks like we have the storage bay of $248,000. Holds your storage one potatoes, sugar beets, carrots, parsnips, and beetroots. Main capacity 200. Ooh, that's 2.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Is my math?
Yeah.
Am I mathing? And you have an extension for 2.5 million as well. Capacity for each crop is 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1 million. Then you have storage 2 for your wood chips, which is 200,000 liters with a extension of 200,000 liters. Yeah, so all in all, this is a silo. This is a silo for your root crops as well as wood chips. It's nice. It is very nice, but I will say 32 megabytes for a silo is about 32 megabytes too big. So, I mean, in all seriousness, this is a nice looking mod. It does have a nice look to it, but that file size is just way too much for me, and it's going to be a hard pass.
Oh, I I'm on the vice versa there. I love this. Um, Now there is one thing I do want to mention in here. So the silo extension for both of these, there's no silo extension.
They
So
lied to us?
So what I'm thinking, and I know that I think DJ Goham went over this, and so did Mr. CDP. Yeah, they went into silo extensions, and so did I when I was looking at it. And there's no silo extensions. So we're really thinking that it's a copy and paste from FS22 because it was an FS22. And also the capacity 1 million liters. That's wrong. So it's actually 2.5 million liters of each.
The cake is a lie.
Now the one nice thing though is that I mean yes you can hide these markers away, which is nice by a little button on the side over here, right over here. But I also like how you have to dump into the auger system for it to go in. And then when you actually dump it in there are 4 separate bays, and you actually see the bays fill up. There's a fill plane, which is nice. And then around the back side over here is where you take it out, and it actually shows it getting taken out. And then when you take it out of there, the pile decreases. I mean, I personally really like it, especially because there's a TMR mixing style I use, which requires cut sugar beet. So I think this would be fantastic for sugar beet. So
Yeah, and it is an absolutely fantastic looking mod. I think this is really, really nice. I cannot get past that 32 megabytes for the silo. That's unfortunate because this is a really nice looking one. But it is what it is, unfortunate. Real quick, we got Samuel says, I'm out. Bye. Good night, everyone. And see you tomorrow night on the next live stream. All right, Samuel, appreciate you stopping by tonight. Hope you have yourself a fantastic rest of your night. You take care, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Well, Samuel also says, tomorrow, good, great, nice, work, safe day, y'all. All right, Samuel, like I said, you have yourself a fantastic day. Ken says later to Samuel, let's see. We got Samuel says TCB TLC. And I'm out. Peace, y'all. All right, bud. You take care. Lisa, how you doing, Lisa? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hello, Mr. BD and chat. Hello, Lisa. We got Ken says, what up, Lisa? And that's all I got. Do you want to catch up with your chat?
I got no one in my chat.
I'm sorry?
I got no one in my chat.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, then we'll move on. Wah, wah, wah. Next one is the Old Wooden Barn by Raider. This is 11.38 megabytes to install and is a shed. $15,500. I think that this looks pretty nice. It does have a very good look, even though the photos are mostly taken at night, so it's really hard to show it off. You've got the nice little vinage on it, which is a very nice detail. 12 megabytes is really not that bad. And you've got yourself some decent amount of storage here. And it's just got that kind of really nice old rustic look to it, which I do really, really like. Yeah, 16 grand to purchase, not that bad. Will, what do you think?
For me, I mean, I like it. I mean, if you're definitely starting out and you want something just to keep some of your implements in, I mean, sort of starting out, this is pretty nice. And also, you know how Raider makes mods that are like 64 slots, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is only 26.
26?
Yeah, this is only 26 slots.
Okay, okay.
So,
So I mean, that's an improvement. That's a step in the right direction.
I mean, for 26 slots, though, I mean, I'm actually quite surprised because the amount of detail. Even, I mean, I know it doesn't show it from here, but you can kind of see it from the third picture of the inside. But the inside detail is amazing. And you can get up really close to the woodwork and it looks like woodwork. It doesn't like fade out, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about this specific set of screenshots is that most of them are taken at night, so you really can't see anything, and you really have to like use your imagination for a lot of it. But you can see that kind of change in the kind of grain pattern and the coloration on the walls. Like it's got that old rustic look, and you've got these kind of horizontally placed slats there that just look like they're being used to just kind of keep this whole building standing. Like it's on its last legs kind of thing. And I like that. I think it's kind of a cool little look. So yeah, I would say for 12 megabytes, I would install this. Absolutely.
I mean, I like it. I didn't install it, but I mean, for my personal opinion, though, if you're starting out, start from scratch, and eventually, if you need a nice barn to stick like a couple tractors in your mower, your tedder, your raking, perfect barn.
100%. 100%. Next one we have is the Farm Building Set by Hellraiser.
Love the name.
17.96 megabytes to install. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate buildings, or not even buildings, but separate portions of this pack. Starting out with the old farmhouse with sleeping function. It is $43,750. We also have the old farmhouse as a decorative object. So this is just a deco piece for $21,150. A manure heap for $25,000. The old small garage for $10,600. And lastly, but certainly not least, the pig pen with silo for corn. This is $67,000 and can hold 20 pigs. All in all, this one is not bad. It's really not bad. 18 megabytes, and you get 5 separate components. That's really good. It looks very highly detailed. It looks like you got all the stuff to make yourself a nice little small functioning pig farm. And at the end of the day, that's really cool. And all in all, you figure what is that? 20, we'll say 70, 80, 100, 120. We'll say for math's sake, some mathing, $170,000 all in, and you can have the entire set of all the buildings that come in this pack, all the functions that come in it. So yeah, that's really not bad when you can get yourself your own whole barn set up. It's really good. What do you think there, Will?
Um, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely not for me. And Hellraiser, we gotta talk here, man. Why can't you go into the house? Hmm?
How did I know that that was going to come up?
Now, I do want to say there are no static animals because usually, typically, if you get something like 20 animals, there's usually static. There's no static animals. And yes, the silo for corn, it is corn only. Just to let everyone know.
Really?
Yep, just corn only.
That's actually kind of cool.
So,
That's actually a really cool feature. I mean, if you're only having to put in corn to take care of your pigs, I mean, that makes pigs really easy.
right. So, no.
But also at a price of only 20 pigs, I mean, you're not going to get rock and rolling too quickly on that one.
Now, what was your guess for how much it would
What?
cost?
170-ish. I mean, it's going to be less than that, but it's just kind of a, quick math.
146, 350.
Ooh, so about 30 grand off. But better to overshoot and, adjust down than undershoot and have to shell out.
Now, I do want to say though that you can't go inside the house, but it is what it is. It does look okay. The the storage barn itself is okay. The detail, it could be better because as soon as you walk up to the concrete, it starts to fade.
Oh,
The manure point, it's a very small area. Like if I go over the what was it like the last screenshot as you see right here. Like it's not like shortened, but it's like shortened the lengthways. So basically, I feel like it would spill, or it would go out of the boundary where it's supposed to be, like fairly easily for that. And you need some small. And when I mean small equipment to get into this pig barn.
yeah.
And there's also a really neat feature about this house that's not even listed. You can actually get a free water point off of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's right in the first screenshot. You see the house on the back side, the far corner. You can see looks like a
Oh,
tub.
yeah.
So yeah. It basically simulates it collecting rainwater. Then you can just collect it from there.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Real quick, we got, where was I? Lisa says, hello, Mr. Ken. And Lisa also says, I feel bad. Is he on YouTube? And Ken says, is who on YouTube, Lisa? Lisa says, the other person that is talking to him. Who? Will T? The one that is talking with BDD said he didn't have anybody on his side, was wondering if he was on YouTube. I think his name is Will. Ken says, yes, he is on YouTube. Will T Gaming, also known as the FS Encyclopedia. Lisa says, okay, thank you. Ken says, you're welcome. Dust Bunny! How's it going, Dust Bunny? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. She was so kind to share your link.
Oh, thank
And
you.
then Dust Bunny says, evening, Mr. BDD and Mr. Will.
Evening, Dust Bunny. How are you? Oh, Dust Bunny. Can you reach out to me at some point? I need to ask you a question. Oh, Lisa.
Very
Lisa says hello.
What's that? Oh, very nice. Very nice. Moving on to our next one,
Well,
we've got the TMR Wooden Mixing Station. This is by NASA B82 and is 3.55 megabytes to download. This costs a whopping $15,000 with a maximum station capacity of 250,000 liters. This is brilliant.
love it.
Brilliant. Love this mod. This thing not only does it have a cool little snow mask, as you can see here in the thing. Now, the only thing I will say that's sort of itty bitty, kind of a negative about it is that it does require mineral feed. It does require mineral feed. That is the kind of bad thing, in my opinion. But it's only because mineral feed is so darn expensive. That's it. That's literally it. I will go ahead and place this down real quick there. Will, do you want to let us know what you think of it?
Yeah, real quick. I appreciate that. Lisa says, I can't have you over here by yourself. I appreciate that. Also, BDD. I mean, we did just have a mod come out last week that you can make mineral feed and then have it distributed over here.
Yes.
So it's not really that big of a deal.
It's not huge. I didn't say it was an end of the world kind of situation.
I do want to say, because it does not say it, this is, I want to say it's a really high speed. It's like like it's either 200 something or 2000 something. But the speed is super high and it plugs away like really fast. And then when you load in to the front here, the auger will actually move and you'll actually see the stuff moving in there. I think that was absolutely brilliant. And the taking out speed, it goes by pretty fast. It's not like your standard fill. It fills up pretty fast. I absolutely love this. It is also small enough that you can put it somewhere and have it out of the way, which I love the most.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. So you can see all the capacities for all the inputs is 250,000. The total capacity for output to EMR, 250,000. It's 250,000 across the board. The recipe, there's only one, so they're not making it complicated.
Right.
200 straw in, 250 silage, 500 hay, and 50 mineral feed for a total output of 1,000 liters of TMR. Thing is absolutely brilliant. And like you said, this thing goes like mad. 2,412 cycles per month, and it'll produce 1,000 units or 1,000 liters per cycle. So this thing will just churn through TMR in a heartbeat. Love this mod. This thing is absolutely brilliant. And it's got a really cool kind of unique look. Like it's almost like got that homemade, like somebody like just like, you know what, I need a thing and let me just dive at it.
See, I also feel like, I don't want to say like if you're starting from scratch, but I mean if you're starting on the low end, this is definitely a good one. And like I said, I mean, and I would not use this if if you're running a massive operation like what I do. I mean, if you have like 100 cows, maybe 200, I mean, yeah, I could see it. But it's also small enough to the point that you can like fit it in a corner somewhere and not have it really in the way. That's one, yeah. And the design of it is very unique. Like we don't really have TMR mixers that are made out of logs, you know. So I love it.
Oh, 100%. And one thing I wanted to show off real quick. Again, keep in mind, $15,000. 15,000. That's all it takes to buy this production point. Cheapest base game product that we can have that'll make TMR is the K brand RA142 at $38,500, and that only has a capacity of 11,900 liters. So for more than half the price, you get something that'll have 250,000 liters of capacity. Amazing. Absolutely brilliant. This is a great one. Real quick there, Will. Dust Bunny says, "Okay, Mr. Will, how do you want to reach out to me or reach out to you? Do you have Discord?" Dust Bunny, he does have Discord. If you want, I can share it with you after the stream.
Yeah. And
So
and
let's
he,
click that back. What's that?
real quick, yeah, Lisa says it is cool looking. Yeah, it is. And then Daniel Craig? Craig? I think everybody else says hi. Hey, what's up, Daniel? All right, you're good.
All right, moving on to the next one. There we go. If the click would accept, it is the CNG fueling station, again by Scandinavian Vikings Mods Rebuilds team. Whew, we are going to have to say that 5 times fast at some point tonight. 2.03 megabytes to
Good
install.
luck.
A $16,000 to purchase. I mean, it's a gas station. It's or not. I'm sorry, not a gas station, methane station, isn't
Yep.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, methane. Ooh.
It's the very first one.
Yeah,
Actually,
very first methane tank. That is nice.
second, actually. There was another one that came out.
Ooh, okay. Well, then there you go. So if you have productions downstream that'll take methane or anything along those lines, here you go. You have a way to store it and hang on to it for later. So that is a very nice new addition. What is that? Capacity of 33,000 kg. So I think that's like kind of in-game replacement of liters.
Actually, where is it? So it's 33,000 liters, I know it's going to cost you $16,234. It's in one.
Very, very nice.
It's in one of the screenshots.
Yeah, so all in all, this is definitely a good one. And if you do anything with like a biogas plant that has an output of methane, or if you just want to buy methane, or if you got a production downstream from a map that may utilize methane, here you go. This is going to be a good one that you'll be able to kind of fast track your methane production, uh, for your downstreams. So very nice indeed. The next one we have is the decorative pack for productions. This is by Percy and is 2.8 megabytes to download. Looks like we got a whole bunch of stuff, so we're not going to go into everything, but it just looks like it is a kind of decorative pack for you to kind of jazz up your production areas to make it look like they have kind of all their pallets and stacks and all that stuff, which is nice. It's really nice. You can see all the various stuff that we have here. We got various pallets and boxes and crates and ropes and all sorts of different stuff that's in here. And for a massive 3 megabytes, I'd be okay with this one actually. All in all, for what looks like 20, 10, 10, 7, 50, 100. Looks like $100 is the maximum that you're going to pay for any of these decos. So, yeah, I mean you're not going to be breaking the bank. What is the giggling?
So the first screenshot, if you look at it, all the way to like the left side, it looks like a huge ramp.
You know what? I bet you that somebody could make a ramp out of this and just get. Don't we have like a monster truck mod or something like that?
Yeah, it's an 82 Studios truck.
Yeah. So we could just take that 82 Studios truck and go. Whee! I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Whoa.
What do you think there, Will?
I mean, now you know that I absolutely love decorating my farms. This was a patch for me. Only due to, it's based off of production stuff. I mean, if you have a massive area for productions, then absolutely 100%. Just place these things around, make it look good. But if you just have a farm, there's really no point for having this.
Yeah, unless you're deep into productions, you're right. This is not going to be the kind of decorative pack for you. But if you are into productions,
What
this
the
is a good one.
heck?
I like it. What's that?
Something's going on in my chat right now. What?
Did you break something?
No, no, no. Okay, real quick. I'm gonna catch up on this chat here and tell me if this makes any sense.
Okay.
So this is a hello, Mr. Dan, and then he says ISS, and then this says you only speak Spanish, and then Daniel says what are you talking about? And then it says hablas inglés with some laughing emojis, and then just says my bad, I'm sorry, I didn't know what the ISS meant. And he said no. And they and then Daniel said ISS is, and he says International Space Station. And then she said okay. I said oh okay.
There we go.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Moving on, we got the nation's flags by Hispano, 0.87 megabytes to install. We have 10 flags available to us: Germany, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, England, Italy, Spain, and USA. You got two sizes available to you, both a 4 meter and 10 meter. 4 meter at $100 and 10 meter at $340. If you're wanting to represent your nation, that is available in these 10 flags, this is it. You can kind of jazz up your farm and show your national pride. And for less than a megabyte, yeah, sign me up. I like it.
I like it. I actually installed it.
Same here.
The only thing I don't
That,
like, there's only one thing I don't like about this mod. Just one thing.
what's that?
It doesn't blow in the wind when it's freezing. It
Yes.
just stays like that.
Yes, I do remember some of the mods from last year or last game cycle where it had the flag and it was kind of just gently flapping in the wind kind of thing. So that was definitely a really nice one, and that's the one I prefer. But every once in a while, this is a nice one to just kind of have it nice and rested.
Yeah.
So very, very nice. Moving on to the next tab here, we got the Family Home by Zero Ito, 38.97 megabytes to install, and
Love
a
that.
price tag of $50,000. And hey Will,
I know you can go inside of it.
you can go inside.
I know, and it actually looks really good too. If nobody knows, this is actually from Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah, this is the house from Breaking Bad because they got the pizza on the roof. No, there's literally a pizza on the roof of the garage.
There is literally a pizza on the roof. I literally see it now. And they
and-
got the camper and
And
mhm.
so the camper does actually have a sleeping trigger and a wardrobe trigger, but you can go inside. You go inside, and all you see is chemicals. It's like, ooh, what's
Oh
brewing
my
up in here?
goodness.
And you can actually see the smoke coming up from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is the house from Breaking Bad, though.
That is hysterical. Zero Ito is, I'm going to say, is one of my favorite modders out there. They make such highly detailed mods, and this one I think is kind of a good interjection of a sense of humor um, into the world of Farming Simulator. I have not seen Breaking Bad, but I am familiar with the house. I am familiar with the RV, as I have seen it in passing. But it just didn't dawn on me until you actually pointed out that yes, these are the Breaking Bad. You're 100% right about that. 40 megabytes. It's a bit much.
I installed it.
It's a bit much for me. I am going to pass on this one, but not because it isn't an awesome mod. It is a awesome, highly detailed. You can go inside of the houses. Yeah, 50,000 for the main house, 7,000 for the RV. All in all, yeah, this is a nice one, but I am gonna skip over it. I am gonna pass. Next one here, we have the
Oh no.
State Agricultural Farm Housing Blocks. This is by Raider and is 22.2 megabytes to install. We have a $18,000, $28,000, and $30,000 decorative houses. And that's it. That's what these are, just deco. And I mean, if you're looking to kind of jazz up your farm, or not at your farm, this is more like a town or a city that you'd be building. Here it is. You can do it. 23 megabytes for a couple of deco houses, though. It's going to be a bit much for me, so this is going to be a pass for me.
I agree. As a pass. There's one neat feature about this though, is that
What's that?
I mean, yes, at nighttime, like all the windows light up. But if you go all the way to the last screenshot, when it actually hits like wintertime, you can see like Christmas lights that strand like on top of the building. You can actually see Christmas trees pop up inside the building. I think that's kind of neat.
That is definitely really cool. I do like that, and does give it a little bit of flair for the
Yeah,
deco. But at the end of the day,
yeah, it's a pass
23
for me.
megabytes for deco. Yeah, it's going to be a pass for me.
Same as the next
And I
one.
do believe, is this the last one for the 20th? Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, just
Polish
a
Brick House. What's that?
for new mods, yeah, but we did have a map update.
Aha. Polish Brick House by Raider, 12.5 megabytes to install, $45,000 to buy. Again, we've got a farmhouse that you will
Can't go inside. Raider,
can't
Raider, Raider,
go inside.
Raider. We need to talk. I mean, your buildings look absolutely phenomenal, and even like in the third screenshot here, like you can see the blue and red Christmas lights stranding. You can see the Christmas tree up top. Like it looks phenomenal. Don't be wrong, love it. Looks great. We need to have a talk though. You see all these other matters like Zero. You can go inside the building. It's 2025. Let's go.
Ah. All in all, 13 megabytes for a house that does have a sleep trigger. Yeah, $45,000. It's a nice, highly detailed building. It's got the nice kind of ivy growing on the side of it, some plants outside, a bike. It's got the deco. It's got the kind of seasonal shifts that can happen throughout the year, the nice Christmas lights on it. All in all, it is a nice looking building, a nice looking house for you to have a sleep trigger on. It is going to be a pass for me, unfortunately. Again,
Yep.
it's one of those that for
Pass.
13 megabytes, I'll just stick with something that's either base game or potentially something else that might be a little bit bigger in file size, but can go inside.
Yeah. Pass. Hey,
And then,
Raider,
what's up?
Raider, I will give that a 5-star ranking if you can keep everything that's on there, but make it so you can go inside. I'll give it a 5-star rating.
And the last book of business here for the 20th of last week, we have the map update for New American, the real update for New American
Yep.
by Samuel Batista Modding, 108 megabytes to install. The changelog reads: added manure and liquid manure purchase point at the animal dealer. Fixed some NPC and smoke particle issues at the farmhouse. Corrected a problem with the dredger when loading stones. To access the dredger and load stones, you need to purchase field 89. Added a logistics center to store your productions. To access it, you need to purchase field 81. Mod descript updated to the new version. Version compatible with precision farming. And a new save is required. Whew.
Says
So
Red
all in
Brick
all, so glad. So glad I didn't run with the fake update. We'll say it that way. The fake update. Because this, for those that don't understand what I'm talking about here, this map did pop up last week as a update, but it was update 1.0.0.0, meaning no update.
Yeah. And now it's out.
So we had heard on the grapevine, and I believe you said it was DJ Goham,
Hmm.
had said that part of his audience was saying that one of the updates, or the update, was the whole, where was it? Fix some NPC and smoke particle issues at the farmhouse. That was basically what they had told them, but none of this other stuff was included. The manure, the slurry, the problem with the dredger, things like that. Like all this stuff was left out. So I almost made an update video, and I almost quoted DJ Goham for that update video. But I'm glad I held off. I'm glad I waited. Just sat back, let the news unfold, and here we go. We got all sorts of stuff. So in my update video, I did take a look and test all of these, and in particular, the fixed NPC and smoke particles. What they're talking about there is, if you look at this main photo here, this is the main starting farm house. You can see there's a smoke column that's coming out of the main starting farm. And what happened was is that when you deleted the main farmhouse, the smoke would actually continue to bellow out of the sky, and the man who was standing as AI helper Walter, standing on the porch of the building, would just sit there and hover like a ghost. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's what they were referring to as the NPC was fixed and the smoke particles were corrected. Everything else appeared to be just all fine and dandy according to the update video that I posted. And yeah, this is a solid update. Really happy about this. Will, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I just have one thing to say. A new save is recommended. Can we just put a new save game as required?
Ah, I know. I know. Trust me. You and I are barking up the same tree here, my friend. So that's it. That is everything here for the 20th. Will, do you want to tell us what your favorite for the 20th was?
Uh, Oof. I mean, there are a couple of them, but if I had to pick out one, it would definitely have to be the TMR wooden mixing station.
So I have to go with two. First one would agree with you. The TMR wooden mixing station. Absolutely love that. The next one, the refined wood chips and sawdust factory. Love both of those. I love the sawdust factory because it produces two new items, two new outputs there, and it utilizes the kind of byproduct of wood chips. So if you're doing like factory work where you're doing the sawmill, or you're doing the why am I blanking? The Not the desks, the furniture. There we go. The furniture factory. If you're doing those, you're going to have an output of wood chips as a byproduct. So right there off the bat, you're going to have all these wood chips laying around, and all you have to be able to do with them is to just sell them off. But not with this. Now you can actually make something with those things. Even though conceptually it doesn't make sense because of the wood chips going into the saws, I'll allow it. I'll allow it, and I will say that this one is a very nice mod. It goes along with my top mods for the 20th.
If we're picking two, my second one would have to be the family house from Zero. So,
I gotcha. I gotcha.
you want to catch up with your chat real quick?
Let's catch up with the chat. So Dust Bunny says, okay, I will wait to get Mr. Will T's Discord, and I'll reach out to him there. Brady says, hello, everyone. Hello, Brady. Welcome back. We got Dust Bunny says, this little house is also used as granny knitwear. I like this building. 100%. 100%. It is a nice building. Ken says, what up, Brady? Rimmer Productions. And that's all I've got. Do you have anybody over on your side?
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's an argument or what, but
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we getting like World War III over in your chat?
oh no, I don't think so. Hopefully not. But yeah, so serious. So Daniel posted with a couple laughing emojis, and Lisa said "OMG, yes, let's move on." Joseph, how's it going? He says, howdy. And then Daniel says, Lisa, are you Indian of Russian? What? Lisa says, no, sir, I'm from Texas, USA. Daniel says, is that in Africa? Oh, boy.
Hmm.
She says, okay, okay, if you say so, it's endearing. If you say so. Daniel says, Lisa, we're in the most north city of the world. Daniel says, at Lisa, question mark. Says, sorry, I'm listening to the live stream. I suggest you do the. Then I cut off. Daniel says, the answer is, he said, I don't even. I'm not gonna read that. That's a mouthful.
Well, it kind of sounded like we should move on.
Oh, she did ask a question about the game though, real quick.
Oh, let's hear it.
Is that the house you can go inside? Yes, from Zero to yes.
Let's see. We got Dust Buddy saying hello to Mr. Brady and Mr. Ken. We got CS Benji. How's it going, Benji? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says number 11. Good evening, everyone. We got Ken saying hey to Benji and Benji saying hey to Ken. So, moving on to our next one here for the 18th. So we skipped a couple of days.
Wednesday.
We are starting with the Fence 700 Vario Gen 6. This is a mod by Baron Agrar and is 57.83 megabytes to install. The base price of $162,000 for a 150 horsepower tractor. We have medium size tractor. Now, I will say that I believe we already have this in the base game, and I think this is just a kind of addition.
We also already have a mod of this.
Yeah, yeah. We do have this one, as you can see here. Whoops, as you can see here, the Fence 700 Vario. Now, I will say, the base game is $249,500 and a horsepower of minimum horsepower 203 horsepower. Now, the 700 Vario Gen 6 mod, as you can see, starts out at 162,000 and only 150 horsepower. So you are spending almost $100,000 less, but you are getting 50 horsepower less as well. So yeah, it's kind of a rough one there. So all in all, this is I believe this is an older model, if I'm not mistaken, of the same tractor. But me personally, I'm gonna save the nearly 60 megabytes of file space in order to just use this same tractor base game, and I'll spend a little bit of extra money for it.
Let's see.
Will, what do you think?
Pass. I mean,
Pass?
Technically, don't be wrong. It looks great. It looks phenomenal. But we already have one of these already in the game. We already have a base game. We already have a mod like this. Yeah, I understand there are some differences, but I don't know. It's just a pass for me, honestly. The only Fent I'll ever use, really, is just the Fent 1000.
Yeah, Fent 1000 is a great tractor. Being able to rush around at 40 miles an hour and having a big old behemoth of a tractor. Oh, next one, we got the Lizard Track series by Bremy456, 86.31 megabytes to install. We have a starting price of $48,000 for 68 horsepower. We can also get the 441 for $60,000 and 95 horsepower. So, pair of tractors on this one. And yeah, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is going to be a hard pass for me. Nearly 90 megabytes for two tractors. Don't get me wrong. it looks really cool. It does have a really solid look to them, a very old school looking tractor, but for 90 megabytes, holy smokes, that is a real steep price to pay. So all in all, I will likely go ahead and skip right over that. But I will say, even though we have, let's see, $40,000 for 68 horsepower, kind of looking at our closest comparables, ooh, we're gonna probably put us in the
Okay.
Zador Proxima HS category. $40,000 for the mod and 68 horsepower. The Zador is 76 horsepower and 60,000. So right off the bat, you're going to be spending 20 grand less, and you're going to be getting only 8 horsepower less right off the bat. So there are some plus sides to this, but this is going to be a pass for me. Well, what do you think?
Oh, we're on the next one.
No, we're on the Lizard track series still.
Oh, I meant from the fence. Yeah, my camera froze, so I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it.
Oh,
Oh, I love this. I installed this. I absolutely love this. I'm actually using it on my stream for Twitch on my Xbox. This, if anyone is wondering, this is technically the Mercedes Benz. I believe this is coming in the next DLC.
we shall see.
So, if you do, then this probably would be updated to have the Mercedes Benz logo.
That'd be pretty slick. That would be cool.
Right. And, I absolutely love this. It looks absolutely fantastic. And this thing does get up and go. Now, when you do select for the GPS to be on there, the screen doesn't actually turn on. So, just heads up there, people.
Gotcha, gotcha. Let's see. Next one is the Volvo L260 by Sitka Simulators. It's 17.52 megabytes to install, $304,000 to purchase, and 433 horsepower. You also get a bucket with this with capacity of 8,500 liters and $11,000 to purchase. Now, to kind of show the in line for this, because we got basically all the different Volvos here. This is the L270. Okay, so you can see here in the base game, we have the highest one being the L180H, $296,000 to purchase, and only 333 horsepower. So this is an extra 100 horsepower and only, what is that, 8 grand more?
Yeah.
Yeah, $8,000. So for $8,000, you're getting an extra 100 horsepower, and you're able to, kind of rip through this and do everything that you got to do with a massive wheel loader. So yeah, if you like using wheel loaders and only want to spend 18 megabytes to install it, this is going to be a good one. This one I think is a good one, and I would definitely invest in this one.
I agree 100%. I actually installed it. I love this. I love how it's bigger than the one that we have base game. Especially with the bucket. And then, like the last screenshot, you actually have a great visibility. Which is a big
Yeah,
bonus.
you really do.
Which is a great bonus. I mean, 17.52 megabytes, that's not bad. Also, if you guys don't recognize the name, he also made basically a modded version of Wu-Tang Pantai. And then he also made a better version of Silver Run Forest. So,
yes, the Wu-Tang Pantai before Wu-Tang Pantai was
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Pantai.
yeah, I believe he is working on a modded version of Silver Run, but not Silver Run. River. Wow.
Riverbend Springs.
Thank you. Oh, my brain's fried. It's too hot in here. I can't even think. Yeah, but I believe he is working. I believe he is working on a modded version of that, which I think would be pretty awesome.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, if I think of the first one was Frontier, which was Hutan Pantai. Um, Frontier, there was Agroforest
Agroforce, wasn't it? Settlers.
or Settlers. I'm sorry. What did I
No.
say? Frontier.
Yeah.
Frontier was no, that was another map. No, yeah, Settlers was the Hutan Pantai. There was Agroforest, that was the Silver Run Forest, and now there's the third one that is the Riverbend in the making. So be on the lookout because both of those, both the Hutan Pantai version and the Silver Run, were phenomenal. They were really solid maps, um, and like a almost like a reimagining, but I don't know. There was just some about them that were really special. So keep an eye on this modder. This guy in particular, really solid. Really does good work.
Yeah. 100%.
Now, before we get going, let me go ahead and catch up with the chat here. We got, let's see, Dust Bunny says hello to Mr. Charles, Benji, and Alvin. Benji says, evening, Miss Dust Bunny. Lisa says, sorry, came back over here. Hello, Mr. Brady and Mr. CS. She also says, I'm going to bed. Good night, Mr. BDD. Great stream. Good night, Miss Dust Bunny. Thank you very much for coming out here tonight there, Lisa. Hope you have yourself a fantastic rest of your evening. You take care, and we'll see you again next time. Ken says good night to Lisa. Rabid Rob, how's it going, Rabid Rob? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says hi, y'all. Let's see. We got Dust Bunny says good night, Miss Lisa. Rabid Rob says night to Lisa. Dust Bunny says hello to Mr. Rob. Rob says hey, Dust Bunny. We also got Ken says what up, Rabid Rob, and Rabid Rob says hi to Ken. So I'm all caught up. Do you have anybody you need to shout out?
Yeah, Lisa said, okay, thank you. You're welcome. And Daniel, I'm not going to read those. He's always.
Bring on. We've got the Wheel Loader Shovel Pack by Mac Trucker 921. 1.65 megabytes to install. Looks like we got several available here. Looks like 3 total. We got a high tip bucket with added lights, $17,000 to buy, and $5,000 real capacity with an unrealistic capacity of 50,000 liters. We got the rock bucket spade nose with added lights, 9,500 to buy, realistic capacity of 3,000, 50,000 liter unrealistic capacity, and the high dump bucket with added lights. We got a price tag of $15,000, 8,000 liter capacity for the real, and 50,000 liter capacity for the unreal. So you can see here how it just adds in a series of lights in the kind of darkened zone that would be kind of in the front of the bucket area there. So very, very nice. A set of, I believe these are the kind of remodeled of base game ones, just adding with lights and unrealistic capacity. Is that fair assessment?
Yes, and also, if you install these, I would uninstall them. I'm not saying that because I'm not a big fan of unrealistic things, but the mod's broken.
Ah, no.
So I would just be very aware, because Mr. CDP went ahead and got the unrealistic version of 50,000 liters, and the whole thing went poof. Like the second you lifted up just a little bit, the whole front loader went forwards, and the wheel loader, and then he ended up trying it with the 8,000 liter capacity, and it still went forwards. So
so like the weight is just not distributing?
Correct. Then it's broken. So I would you can install if you want to, but I wouldn't use it until it gets an update. Which I did reach out to Max Trucker. He said that an update is pending with Giants right now. So
yeah, so most likely just an oversight, because especially with the unrealistic capacities, it's just taking the full weight of that literage that you're putting in there of whatever product that you're putting in there. So it's normally the modder will just sit there and zero it out so it doesn't have any weight in the unrealistic versions. But it sounds like even the 8,000 liter or the realistic versions are still kind of messing with a lot of the physics as well. So that's even an issue. So yeah, definitely need to get that addressed.
Oh, it has. So
But I mean, all in all, for 2 megabytes to install,
they're
this
not
will
bad.
be one that I do install.
Oh yeah.
I definitely do like this as a premise, and when it gets fixed, yeah, this will be, a mainstay.
I mean, because I absolutely love using wheel loaders, especially for moving lime and stone. This will become my number one bucket to use. It's not because like the highest one is an 8,000 liter capacity, but because it's got lights on the front, so you got more
Yes.
visibility. You know, yeah, you can actually work at night.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how just a simple set of lights can make such a huge difference. And you can see, before with no lights, it casts that big shadow in front of the bucket.
Yeah.
And now with the lights, the shadow is almost entirely gone.
Right.
That's amazing. Absolutely love that. So when this gets fixed, this will be a mainstay. Absolutely.
Wait.
Let's see. Next one we have is the Mahindra Retriever Plus by Riley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sir. 15.12 megabytes to install. We have the Mahindra car that is $17,200. Has a capacity of 460 and 1380 liters. Looks like we also got a trailer that goes along with this one, a liquids tank for $3,600, and the price of the trailer. No, I'm sorry, 3,600 liters and a price of $3,500. So it looks like we got high tip or not high tip, a dump trailer, liquids trailer, and a auto load is what it looks like to me.
No.
Yeah, auto load option. So we have an auto load trailer for this pack as well. So all in all, for 16 megabytes, you're getting an auto load trailer, a dump trailer, and a liquid trailer, plus the actual vehicle itself. That's really, really good. And you're talking all in, you're talking what, 17, 20, yeah, probably all in, even with all the various different components, you're talking maybe about 30 grand all in, and you've got yourself just a little cart to run around the entirety of the map with. So yeah, I like this. This is actually really nice. I would definitely install this.
Pass for me.
Yes, I kind of figured you might say that.
Well, okay. The reasoning behind this one is has nothing to do with the modder. It's a great mod. Don't get me wrong. But technically, the only UTV I actually use is the Lizard the Beast 1000 from Agritono.
And that is why I figured that you were gonna skip this one. I remember you saying that you liked the Beast.
Yeah.
If for no other reason, you can just go the Beast.
Well, that and the base game Kubotas. So
Yes, yes, very true. Next one we have is the Stol Super 1 by Bremy456, 3.89 megabytes to install. It's a front loader for tractors with up to 90 horsepower. Looks good. It's a front loader. That's about it.
now I'm very thankful he didn't make this a required mod, but technically this is supposed to go with his Mercedes.
Mm-hmm. And it does look good. I mean, especially when you pair it up with that Mercedes there, it's going to look really sharp and it's going to go along with it very well. All in all, because I'm not, going to install the near 90 megabyte sets of tractors, I'm certainly not going to install the additional 4 megabytes of front loader tool.
I will say though, for anyone using this front loader, beware because if you hook up to it and you're like, well, why aren't these legs folding up like they typically do? You have to fold them up manually, just to let everyone know.
Oh,
So,
that's actually kind of a cool feature.
so just let everyone know.
Nice. Next one we have is the Tech Magri Disco Crop 2000 by ETA La Marchois. Ooh.
La-
12.89 megabytes to install. What's that?
I actually looked this up because I was very curious on how you pronounce it. It's actually pronounced ETA, La Monsieur.
Oh, le monsieur.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh la la.
I was like, whoa. Getting fancy over
Fancy.
here.
Yeah, we're getting fancy up in here tonight. We're speaking some French. Woo.
Beautiful français.
We have ourselves a disc harrow for $31,580. Required horsepower of 160 horsepower. Let's take a look at some of our close comparables here. So under disc harrows, we got that. Does this have a working width listed on here? I do not see one. Are you aware of the working width on this there, Will?
I believe it's 6 meters, I believe.
I believe you're
Yeah.
close enough. That would mean the Vaderstack Carrier XL 625 is going to be our closest comparable. $75,000 a purchase, 260 horsepower is required at a working width of 6.3 meters. Unfortunately, we cannot confirm exactly what the working width is on this, but if we kind of use our 6 meters as kind of a rough guide, $31,580 a purchase, you're already saving almost an additional $30,000, a little bit more than 30,000, almost 40,000 actually. And the horsepower requirement is 100 horses less. So all in all, you're only losing, maybe roughly about 0.3 meters, and you're getting a thing that'll do the same exact job and spending significantly less. I like it, and 13 megabytes to install, not that intrusive on the file size. So yeah, this would be a good one. Will, what do you think?
I'd pass. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a big fan of like 3-pointed things. I mean, like 3-point attachments. I prefer something that's trailed. That's just my personal preference.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Now, I mean, if you're gonna play on like a European map, well, hands down, use it. But other than that, I'm basically someone who likes a trailed version. So I love the name though, the modder's name.
Le monsieur.
Legend Monsieur.
Uh-huh.
Oh, français.
Oh, looking at the chat real quick, we got Benji saying hey to Rob. We got Rob saying hey to Benji. And Ken says, what's that noise that's coming over the stream? Sounds like an electric typewriter. LOL. I do believe, and Will, correct me if I'm wrong, do you have a fan running in the background?
I do have a fan. It's in the other room though.
Ah, so yeah, something's coming through on your audio. It's making it sound like shaky, almost like a fan or something's running.
That's weird. I don't know.
Wonder if it's your gate settings. Maybe you got a gate on your audio.
No.
Well then, we'll move on. Let's see. I believe I left off with the Old Grain Storages pack by Leo. 58.44 megabytes to install. We have two in this pack. $90,000 for the old grain storage and $85,000 for the old modernized grain storage. So yeah, this is a solid looking building. Love it. Highly detailed, very, very highly detailed. You see just in this screenshot here, the wooden slats and all the kind of grain that's in the wood on the doors itself. Then you come up and you see all the kind of covered pillars and the kind of archways that are within this building here. This is a ridiculously good looking mod. But, and as we all know, buts negate sentences. 60 megabytes for this. Highly detailed, and you can see exactly where every single one of those megabytes are coming from, that are going to. It's amazing looking mod, but because it's 60 megabytes, it's going to be a pass for me. Will, what do you think?
Oh, solid pass. I mean, I have to agree. It looks absolutely fantastic. Oh, well, real quick, I will take a look at what is making that noise. It might be the fan in the room, but it's not picking up though because I can see over my Discord for whenever I'm talking, it highlights it with a circle, and that's not catching the fan. So I don't know, but I'll definitely look into it. The Yeah, so the mod looks absolutely fantastic. My big problem though is that when you put crop in here, it can get up on the sides. And, for example, if you're looking at like the one, two, three, four, five, you're looking at the fifth screenshot, you can see like basically like whereas like it looks like there's supposed to be a window, and you look straight downwards, you can see like the little ledge, like the crop can get onto the ledge. I know I did install this on my Xbox. I wanted to try it out. It does bleed through the wall.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So I would just be aware. I mean, if you're just going to use it to store vehicles, oh, go right ahead. It's an absolutely beautiful building. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Like nothing fades out when you get close to it. But yeah, I just wouldn't store. I mean, if you're gonna store bales, that's fine. But if you're gonna store crop like it is right here in this screenshot, don't. And if you do, make sure it's not against the wall. So just an FYI. But yeah, it's a pass for me.
Yeah, and I could also see because of these kind of pillars that are on the outer edges there. If you got any product that gets tucked away back in there, that might be a little bit difficult to get your hands back on. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see this one being somewhat a nuisance, but it is a gorgeous mod.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. The next one we have is the Food Warehouse by Raider. 10.94 megabytes to install and $125,000 to purchase. So this one is a food warehouse where you can buy everything from your food products category in pallets. So yeah, this is just a purchase point for your various goods that are in that food category. All in all, for 11 megabytes to install, this is a nice one. This is solid if you want kind of a little additional buy point. $125,000, a little bit expensive, but you are buying this large, massive building. I will say this does have the kind of look of a Zelonka S style kind of building. So you're going to be limited as to the areas you're going to be able to place this down in. If you're wanting to kind of stay that kind of continuity. So all in all, this is a nice little building, but I would likely end up passing on it just because it's going to be limiting. What do you think there, Will?
I mean, it looks good. Don't be wrong. I feel like this is more kind of like a role play kind of thing.
For sure.
And yes, you can get all your food related items here. But for some odd reason, do you know what else is included in there?
What else is included with this?
Cinder blocks. For some odd reason. I mean, good luck at eating cinder blocks, but okay.
I mean, I've always heard of roughage in your diet. I mean, that might be a little too rough, but I mean, who knows?
That's way too rough, man.
I mean, I've heard of people like eating stones. Like there was, I think he was a guy who was in India, would eat rocks like all the time. Like it was like a big thing for him, and he was like famous for it. I think he was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the amount of rocks and stuff that he ate.
Oh, jeez.
Silly things that you retain over the years, and that will be one of them.
Yep.
Next one is the Decorative Car Pack by Shumino Modding. 37.63 megabytes to install and $1,000 price tag for your decorations. Yeah, it is a bunch of cars that you can place around as decorations around the map. I like this. I like this, with the only exception being 37.63 megabytes. It is so large for a decorations pack that it's going to be a pass for me.
I agree, 100%. I mean, I absolutely do love it. I do. This would be absolutely fantastic to have, but like you said, I mean, it's like what, almost 40 megabytes? Yeah, 37. You know, I mean, to have this for 40 megabytes, uh, pass.
I mean, and what I like about this pack though is that it does offer that ability to liven up an area, and you can see how they're utilizing the. I believe this is the cement factory in the third screenshot there. Um, just kind of adding to the parking lot and just bringing together a scene that is like just an addition to everything. So I do like this. I do like this in theory. I just wish it was just a little bit more reasonable on the file size because again, me personally as a console player, I'm not going to install a mod like this that's going to be, nearly 40 megabytes to install just to add a little bit of flavor to the
Right.
map. So I'm going to hopefully have that flavor be pre-installed for that file size. So that's how I kind of see it.
Right. I agree.
Next one here is the Manor House in Crow. Yes, that word there, Crojo.
Grajo.
Crojo.
Grajo.
Yes. This is by Leo. 45.33 megabytes to install and a price tag of $90,000. Again, Leo. Wow, what a gorgeous looking mod. I mean, it looks fantastic. I love the kind of destroyed brickwork that you can see on the underside of that. I believe that's stucco. It looks fantastic. It's very highly detailed. And I don't. Oh, those are birds. I was thinking there was helium deer or something that was hanging off in the very first photo there, but no, it's not helium deer. They're crows. But no, it looks fantastic, and but again, 46 megabytes for a bit of deco.
Yeah.
Um, Now, does this actually have a sleep trigger to it? It doesn't look
No,
like it.
it does not.
Yeah, so it is listed under farmhouses, but it doesn't have a sleep trigger. So I'm gonna pass on another one from Leo, even though it looks amazing. It's got that real nice flavor to it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to pass.
Pass.
What's that, Will?
I said pass.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Next one, and I do believe the last one for this day, is the Bunker Wall Set by Modding Association Baxter. 6.07 megabytes to install, and we have 7 individual items here, and a required mod, the Bunker Silo Set, also by Modding Association Katsu. This is in addition to the bunker silo pack. So this is kind of an additional add-on for that. So you can have things such as your, bunker wall corners and bunker wall tees, cargo walls and brain drains and all this stuff. It's basically to make a customized, like bunker set, which is, I mean, it's a cool in concept. Me personally, I would be a pass on this. No, for particular reason. It's reasonable file size. You get a bunch of stuff to go with it. The bunker silo set I don't think is too, or bunker silo pack is not too intrusive on the file size
No.
as well. So all in all, there's nothing like truly disqualifying for this for me, other than just I could see myself having made myself go insane trying to line every little piece up and get it to work the way that I want it to. So it's one of those that it would be a pass for me.
What's funny is that it's actually pronounced Katsuo.
Katsuo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually gonna because I was pronouncing it exactly the way you were, Ketsu. Until I actually put it through like Google and went through that, and then listened to the translation, and yeah, it's Katsuo.
Now watch, Google's just messing with you. It's like, oh, we're gonna trick this guy.
Beware of this particular mod
Beware.
because it does bleed.
Oh, I kind of figured. Like,
Now, I find it very interesting because this one bleeds, but the other bunker silo pack doesn't. Which now I'm quoting Mr. Sealy P on this. He doesn't understand why they just didn't make that bunker silo pack an update to include this.
possibly because it's two different modders.
Yes and no. So it's both by a modding association. So it's by the exact same group, just by a different modder.
Yep.
But I mean, they they still could have, instead of having it required, they could have just updated that. You
Oh
know?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
No. But what do I know? What does Mr. CP know? Nothing, apparently.
And that is all the new mods for the 18th. Will, what was your favorite?
Honestly, my personal favorite would have to be the well, I know it says Lizard, but the Mercedes track series. The Lizard track series.
So mine, pending the update, is going to be the Wheel Loader Shovel Pack by Mac Trucker 921. I think it's an awesome in concept, and is going to be a really nice welcome addition when it works. But until then, just gonna have to sit and wait.
I mean, if I had to pick a second one, it'd be the Volvo L260. But
Let's see. Going to the next page, all the way down to the bottom, because we got a whole load of updates. We got the New Holland M135, your favorite, by Deus Vault. 9.36 megabytes to download. We have a power of 105 horsepower and a price of $16,000. The tank size, a massive. Everybody hold
hold it.
1,900 liters. Massive. Absolutely huge.
Huge.
Brace
Buffalo,
yourself.
huge.
And the accompanying header, 4.2 meter working width, and $6,500. So all in with the header and the harvester, you're talking a whopping $22,500. Mahoosive.
I mean, it's
But
not bad though.
it is a really, really sharp looking mod. I do like this one a lot.
And you can see
But-
where the megabyte is coming from though.
Yes, you do see where the megabytes come. I mean, the harvesters are already naturally high because of the kind of spinning mechanics that are on them with the reels and the headers and all that stuff. But all in all, 70 megabytes, it's going to be a hard pass for that reason alone.
I did install this and then I ended up uninstalling it. Only because I realized how big the tank was on it. I'm like, man, like the Kloss harvesters hold more than this. You know,
Dude, I'm telling you, the tank was too big for you to handle.
no, it was too small.
Hey, don't be spreading lies here on Agribusness tonight.
I'm
This
not.
is a fact-based show, good sir, and 1,900 liters is plenty for any farm, especially a map like Alma.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a problem over on BDD's side. Someone needs to call some help.
You know what? I've been in the car for over 5 hours today. Yes. Yes to all the things.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. It's so hot in here. I've been sitting here doing this, and literally my shirt is soaked in sweat right now.
Woo.
So that my camera's on. So there's one awesome thing about this mod is that when it
What's
starts,
that?
when you start it up, the body shakes like the old school harvesters used to.
Oh, now that's cool.
So
That's really cool.
I mean, I'm not a huge New Holland fan. It's a very nice mod. I gave it a 5-star rating, but I said I'm not a huge New Holland fan. Actually, don't really like New Holland. The only reason why I use one New Holland vehicle, well, not really a vehicle, it's more equipment, which is the New Holland Discbine mower, is because basically there's a case version that's not out yet, which I grew up down the road from because the farmers used to use one. So it gives me the sense of that, but I ignore that it says New Holland on it. So
Will, why do you gotta lie there, man? Why you gotta lie? We
no,
all know that New Holland is your bestie.
I beg your pardon.
Moving on. We've got the John Deere 4020, 4010, and 4000 by EY Modding. 16.58 megabytes to install, $25,000 to purchase, and a power range of 80 to 101 horsepower. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. EY Modding makes amazing mods, and this one is no exception. And we're talking about a guy who's not a huge JD fan, not a huge JD fan at all. This one here is amazing. Again, you're talking for $25,000, you can get yourself a 80 horsepower tractor. Now, before we move on with what I'm going to say for the rest of this, the reason I didn't show a comparable for the Harvester, the New Holland Harvester, is there's nothing to compare it to. There's literally nothing. The cheapest Harvester that we have in Gave is over $100,000. For $22,000 and a 1,600 liter capacity, there's no point to even compare it. It's not a fair comparison at all. Anyways, moving back to the John Deere here. We're looking for a 80 horsepower tractor. We're going to be somewhere in the ballpark of, well, the Zader Proxima HS. That is a familiar friend. $60,000 to purchase, 76 horsepower. So right off the bat, you're getting 4 additional horses, and you're spending only $25,000. So right off the bat, you're spending $35,000 less for this John Deere for 4 additional horses, and you are getting a incredible looking tractor to boot. So all in all, love this mod, and it's only 17 megabytes. 17 megabytes. And look at this. It's just, yeah, that cabin right there, or that in-cab view, picture number 3, looks fantastic. I love this mod. I think it's great. What do you think, Will?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I found out what the issue was. I think it was Jonah that said it. That said that sounded like there was a calculator sound.
No, it's still going. Every time you talk, it sounds like
I know.
there's like something clattering.
I know. I know what the issue is now. I'm just trying to fix it because well, because so I use my mic, but the camera I have has a speaker built into it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to fix at the moment.
Gotcha. Look.
Yeah, but
What's that?
absolutely love this mod. Love it.
I'm right there with you. It's not often you and I can come together on a John Deere. Real quick with the chat there, we got Ken says cinder blocks from the store could be used in building a barbecue for role-playing scenario. LOL. That is a good point. A, oh man, a good homemade barbecue. That sounds so good to do right now. Oh, I now that I've got the new place, I'm sitting here trying to think of all the new things that I want to do to this place, and a nice barbecue would be awesome. Anyways, and I'm all caught up with my chat. Will you need to catch up with yours? I can hear you, and I don't hear clattering anymore.
Oh man.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, no, I can hear you. I'm trying to figure this out.
No, it sounds like you figured it out.
Huh. Well, because it's still saying that it's still bringing him the voice from that. I'll figure it out at a different time. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Where were we?
We are moving on to the case 970 1070 Agri King, again by EY Modding, 14.3. What did you just do?
Me? Nothing. Why?
Because now it sounds like the Predator is on my ear.
I don't know what I did. No. Okay.
Holy smokes.
Okay. I'm just gonna do this here. All right. Just give me 1 second.
Anyways, the case 970 1070 Agri King by EY Modding, 14.36 megabytes to install, and a price of $24,000. Again, 80 horsepower to 120. Same comparables, basically same everything except $1,000 cheaper. Love this mod. Same thing as before. Love this mod, and look at that dirt skin. That is incredible. The caking of the dirt and mud on the wheels is next level good. And then you got all the kind of splash effect on the actual tractor itself. Looks so good. I love this mod. Even more than the John Deere, I love this one. And it's $1,000 cheaper. Go case. Will, what do you think?
Oh, I love it.
Oh my goodness. That clacking, holy smokes. I don't know what you did. It was working perfectly for a second there, and then all of a sudden it's like the Predator every time you talk.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'll keep on trucking along, and then you chime in when you get it all sorted. Next one we have is the Bomac pack by, oh my goodness, Rentner Modding Ruin Princess. Whew, 27.64 megabytes to install, and we've got a few items here. We got the Bomac Track Pack, a $62,000 purchase, 18-meter working width, and it looks like we have multiple section controls, folding capacities, or folding widths, I should say. We also had the Bomac, I keep saying Bomac Multi-Profile 2115, $69,500 working width of 21 meters, and all the various foldings and section controls. Then we got the Bomac Multi 4XL backpack, the Multi Profi 2115, and the Multi 4 backpack, the Multi Profi 2115, and the Multi 4XL. Taking all these and giving you an adjustability for your working widths. So that's all right. That's all right. All in all, for 28.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Megabytes. Will, how's everything going on your end?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I wish I could.
This one, I like this one a lot. I like this one an absolute lot. This one, I like this one a lot. I like this one an absolute lot. The reason being is that this is kind of a nice in-between model at a extremely discounted rate. $15,000 is what it takes to purchase. You figure the base game Scorpio 550 is $56,000. You're talking a working width of 1.75 meters, so you don't have a big working width. It's very narrow. The Scorpio has a 5.5 meter working width, so it's almost triple the amount of working width that you get with the Scorpio. But the Scorpio only has 2,000 liter capacity. This has nearly 4,000 at 3,700 liter capacity. So for for $15,000, you're getting almost double the capacity. So yes, you're going to have to go through and make multiple passes, many more passes than you would the other one, but you're going to be able to go twice as long, nearly twice as long between your dumps. So very, very nice. 13 megabytes is not a lot to install this for. I did install this. I do like this. It's good to go. How's it going there, Will?
Oh, I'm trying to find the cord for it. I think I unplugged something I didn't want to unplug.
Uh-oh.
I know for the Bowman pack that was a pass. The Stone Picker, not bad. I mean, it's a bit small for me, but
It's definitely small in the working with, but like I said, that capacity being double the base, like, yeah, you're going to fill up the other one faster, and thus you're going to need more opportunities to unload it. This, you're just going to be able to kind of set and forget for much longer periods of time, which I like that. I like being able to just set the worker off while I'm going to do everything, and I'm not having to sit there and babysit them. And the Scorpio, in comparison to this, you're going to have to babysit the Scorpio far more often than you are this. So that's why I'm a fan of this one. Let's see. Next one we have is the Lizard Tank Trailer 25 by Lamia? Lamy? 7.09 megabytes to install, $45,000 to buy, capacity of 25,000 liters. This one is a nice little tanker trailer. Hooks up to the back of your round ball hitches. I like this. I like this one a lot. It is just a nice little transport trailer and a really good capacity, 25,000 liters. We take a look at our closest comparables. We've got, let's see, there really is no good comparable base game because the capacity is just way off the charts at 25,000 liters. So probably closest one is going to be the Lizard MKS8 at $25,000 to buy, 8,000 liters. So right off the bat, you're having to spend about $20,000 more, but you're getting 8, 16, 24, more than 3 times the capacity. So you're not spending 3 times the price, but you're getting 3 times the capacity. All in all, I think this is really nice. 8 megabytes to install, and it's got a really good look to it. I think all in all, this is a really good mod and absolute one to download and install. How's it going there, Will?
okay. How do I sound? Better?
You sound infinitely better.
Okay, I found the cord. Oh my god, it's so hot in here, man. I built up a sweat trying to find that cord.
Oh no. Oh man. Do you want to give your 2 cents on the Lizard Tank Trailer 25?
Oh, I love it. I actually swapped it out for another trailer that I have that I was using to transport milk and get water. Oh, I absolutely love this. This is a great trailer.
100%, man. I'm right there with you. I think this is a fantastic trailer.
I sound better though.
You sound much better. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I have to get a different camera because I can't figure out how to mute that while using that. So
Gotcha. Let's see. Next one is the Iseria Color and Range Extensions by Ac Aki Mobile? Wow. 7.12 megabytes to install. This is a pack of various size scouts and your what is this called? Why am I thinking? The proactives. So basically gives you a color combination as well. as the ability to choose the size of your precision farming disc. And what I mean by that is when you use the Iseria Scout base game, you basically get a little ring around where you're taking the soil sample from. And what this does is it exponentially extends out the radius at which you are collecting your soil sample. So if you're going to a field and it requires you to take 10 samples with the normal one, you'd be able to use the XXL and take one sample. And the bonus about that is the less samples you're taking, the less you're having to spend on your soil samples. So it's nice. It's really, really awesome. I do love this mod as a means to kind of get through a kind of cheaper way of going about doing things. And yeah, you can see a 260-meter working width is your XXL, 130 is your XL, 65 is your L, and 32 and a half is your medium. So yeah, you got a pretty good range there. And again, you get the nice little color selections as well. So all in all, I love this mod. And 8 megabytes to install, not that intrusive at all. What do you think there, Will?
I mean, for people who use this, I mean, it's fantastic. You can get things done a lot faster. I mean, I understand it's not really realistic, but I mean, I mean, I know I like using realistic mods a lot, but using the base, like the precision farming base version of the Scout, takes you forever, especially on Elma. You know,
Oh my goodness.
but having the larger one of this will make it easy. But me, I just purchased the soil samples.
I do the same thing. Yeah, I just use the menu to do the same thing. I do like this though because this makes it much more approachable and it makes it to where you're going to spend significantly less. Significantly less.
Okay.
So I do like this. I like this a lot. Next one we have is the large old chicken coop by VX Mapping, 38.65 megabytes to install, $85,000 to buy, and you have a capacity of 2,000 chickens, food capacity of 80,000 liters. This is incredible. Love this mod. Absolutely love this mod. 40 megabytes. It's 40 megabytes. It is a big install, but you get all the highly, highly detailed uh, details of this specific building. You get the nice two-tone from the brick and the wood. I mean, you just get a really nice looking building, and you get the kind of high details of the kind of dirt and muck and all that stuff. You got that really nice, almost looks like ODF board on the trusses there. I know that it's not, but it just almost kind of has that kind of look to it that looks really sharp. Yeah, I love it. I think this is fantastic. 40 megabytes though, that's really, really, really up there. So I could see spending the resources on that on this building because it is fairly highly detailed, and I can see where all that work is coming from. What do you think there, Will?
I love it. I actually installed this. And I'm actually very, very, very excited to use this. This is another one of those because it's by VX Mapping. It's just like his horse barn that we were talking about, the riding facility. Um, if there's a map that allows chicken manure, you put straw in there and you can get manure from it. Um, there is a lot of neat features to this. The building looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, even like you can see where all the details inside the coop itself, like with like all the wood trellises going across and the beams, like where the windows are. Just you can see right where everything is. Another awesome feature is that there's a button inside that will actually raise like the feeders up and down. So I think that's so basically it's like, okay, it's time to feed them at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and at like 10 o'clock, okay, we're done feeding them, you could raise them up to like simulate that. And it even shows At the one end, it shows like a I know it doesn't work, but it shows like a conveyor going from like where the chickens lay eggs like into the room, because when you first walk in, directly right to your right, you'll see two doors. You go over, open up, and then the eggs spawn in the side room, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And because it actually looks like they packaged it up there and everything else. Another really awesome feature I love about this is in the very first screenshot. When you first get it, it just looks like you just go right inside. So you just walk inside, and then as soon as you turn directly right to your left, not right, but left, you'll see like a it looks like a feeding trough that you can bring a wheel loader in there if you want to and dump it in. But right next to that is like a power box. You go over to it, you hit it, and then it will actually open up a door on the bottom. I mean, you can kind of see it in the second screenshot. It's the second building to the right. You can kind of see it at the bottom. It's a little door. But in the first screenshot, you can see the trough. It'll actually come out, so you can back a trailer up easily, dump it, and then leave. And then you could just pull the conveyor back in. And the other nice feature, which a lot of people missed.
He will.
Yeah.
He will. Keep on going for just a minute. I gotta let my dog in the room here real quick. She's
Okay.
sitting there causing a fuss.
The other thing I absolutely love about this, which I know everyone missed except for Andy's Farms, which I want to give Andy Farms a massive shout out for this. He's the only one who got it. DJ didn't get it. I didn't watch the new Farm Guys, so I don't know if he got it or not. I know Mr. CDP didn't look at it, but there is an option to get solar panels on the roofs, and then when you do, it actually installs this electric charge. So let's say if you get like an electric forklift that you want to keep in there, you can park it right there.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
I could see why it's 40 megabytes. And I absolutely love it.
Yeah, there are occasions where, regardless of the file size, regardless of everything that's kind of going on, there are times where a mod breaks through those kind of barriers that I self-impose on my mods to kind of try and keep my system as, quote unquote, clean as possible. And this is one where, yeah, I could see letting this one kind of slip on past, even though it's well above my megabyte comfort level. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and it's fantastic map.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Next one we have is the Old Australian Milk Shed by 2-Bit Modding, 33.2 megabytes to install, a price of $100,000. We have the Cow Barn at 35 cows, feed capacity of 33,750 liters, liquid manure capacity of 56,250, straw capacity of 21,375, milk storage of 33,750, and buffalo milk of the same amount of literage. This is a nice looking cow barn. It's a really nice looking cow barn. Got loads of detail to it. It's just kind of got that really nice rustic look to it that again I really do appreciate. At the end of the day, I think this is fantastic. And for 33 megabytes, it's up there. It's up there. And again, this is one that I would say almost breaks through my whole self-imposed megabyte size filter that I set up for myself. This one is right there. It's knocking on the door, almost kicking it in, but just not quite yet.
For me, it looked absolutely fantastic. Don't be wrong. It definitely gives like a start from scratch vibe. If you want to get like a small cow barn to start out with. It is very nice, very highly detailed. It is a solid pass for me though, only because I know we have other cow barns that are somewhat like this, or maybe might be a little bit bigger than this and hold way more cows.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Exactly.
so
Well, and again, if you're looking at like close comparables and all that, we've got, let's see, for cows. Let's see, this one produces milk, so I want to be fair and look at one that will produce milk, and I believe it's going to be the cow barn with a capacity of 50 cows that can go in there. So already you're getting 15 plus cows, but this is the big one. The mod here is $100,000. The cow barn, as you can see, $254,000. So you're talking $154,000 cheaper for only lacking 15 cows. I think that's going to be worth you know the install for the most part, but for me again is going to be a pass because of the size, but not for a lack of effort. This one I struggled with deciding how I would kind of go in any direction, and yeah, it's almost there.
yeah.
Let's see. Next one we have is. Oh, come on. Here we go. The BR Small Shed by ML Modding, DH Modding, Gain FS, 8.26 megabytes to install, and a price of $20,000 or $20,000 to $35,000 based on the range. This is a pack of small sheds, and yeah, again, looks fantastic. Looks really, really good. Now, this does definitely have a kind of, I believe this is kind of like a South American vibe to them. So it's again going to be kind of limiting and whatnot, but it's not so much so that it's going to be like really standing out of place if you put it anywhere else. Um, like I don't look at this and see like, oh man, this is so out of place if you were to put this on, let's say like an Alma or something like that. It's not
Right.
going to really stand out so poorly, but it definitely does have that kind of vibe. So it's one of those where some people say, yeah, no, maybe so, somewhere in between kind of thing. But 8.26 megabytes, 9 megabytes to install, and a maximum of $35,000 to buy. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'll install this all day, all night.
For me, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, only being almost 8.5 megabytes. I mean, not bad. It's a pass for me. Like, 'cause to me, it's more of like a shed you find on a Brazilian map. I mean, as you can tell, because G and FS, and also ML modding and DH modding, which are all Brazilian modders.
Yep.
There's only one good thing I like about this.
Let's hear it.
It doesn't, and other modders take note to this, please, instead of throwing in like 10 different sheds that are the exact same shed. Basically, they took one shed, and you go into, like, let's say you go to customize, and then you can like add a wall, add this, like you can build it up from that. So when you open up, like, sheds, like under placeables and under sheds, and then you go down to this mod, you're not going to see like 7 to 8 different shed buildings. Basically, it's just one. You go to customize, and you can just customize it right from there. It's the one thing I like about it, and
Nice.
I think more modders should take a note to that.
Yeah. No, without a shadow of a doubt.
Honestly.
Let's see. The next one we have is the Pack European Warehouse by Namag Mod. 8.03 megabytes to install. Price of $12,000. again, like we were saying before, very highly detailed. It looks really sharp. You get all these different options of brick and stucco and like even different styles of stucco. It looks like it looks great. I think this looks really really good. 9 megabytes to install and only 12 grand. It's going to be a small kind of European. Again, it's going to be
Hmm.
it's going to be kind of what is it? Kind of have a location kind of in mind kind of thing, but it's not going to be again one of those that's going to stand out too dramatically bad. It is going to stand out. Don't get me wrong. Will stand out because it does have that kind of European vibe to it. But all in all, I think this is a pretty solid mod. This is again another one I would install.
I mean, very high detailed, not bad. I mean, 8 megabytes to download. That's not awful. And if I remember correctly, you just take the one shed and you customize it to you want it like brick, whatever, whatever. Yeah, so you got brick, then you got your white plaster, your concrete. Then the other one, which is in the middle screenshot, the second one you can see the other one. So you got brick, that one, and then this one. This is definitely more of your European South American kind of deal for a shed. So, and to me, pack European warehouse. I mean, it's not a warehouse, man. It's just a shed. I mean,
This is true.
I mean,
This is true.
don't get me wrong. The brick looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it would be a pass for me.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Real quick, gonna catch up with the chat. We've got Ken says, Will T, would you please open the window and let that pesky woodpecker out?
It's gone now.
It is gone. It sounds much, much better. Samuel, how's it going, Samuel? Welcome back. Says hi, BDD is back. Good morning, BDD at Florida. Good morning, Samuel. Welcome, welcome back. And that is it. Do you want to catch up with yours?
Yeah, there's no one there. Man, I mean, I got some people watching, but
Sure, sure. Not a lot of chatting going on. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, no. I said that says chat disconnected, successfully connected. Chat. Well, because my cat cable that I have,
Yep.
my cat 6 cable. Now you know like when you plug it in the back of your router or plug it in the back of your computer, like you can hear like the click, so you know it's in
Yep.
there. That
Yep.
little and as soon as you're done, you reach around and then you pull the tab towards you and then you pull it out, so you can
Yep.
disconnect it. That little tab's broken, so
Oh, so it pops in and out.
yeah, so so if I
Not to take us down a little tangent here, but I made a discovery today. I had no idea this was a thing. I am absolutely blown away with technology. Do you mind if I talk about this just real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
So, I've been trying to think of a way to get a cable, like a cat cable, dropped in my office. Because right now I'm running everything off of Wi-Fi, and I personally, like for everything that I do, I want it to be hardwired. Everything that I do, because that's where you're going to get your maximum speeds and your most consistent, uh, latency-free kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there trying to think of all the different options that are available to me. It's like, okay, well, I can have somebody come out and they can crawl up in my attic and they drop it online, and I was quoted ridiculous prices. Well, then my buddy came over the other day and he's like, well, why don't you do like a power over Ethernet over power? I'm like, a who and a what and a where now? And he's like, yeah, do an Ethernet over power. I'm like, dude, you got to stop talking French to me. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, dude, they made a device where you literally can plug it into an electrical outlet, just a normal three-pronged outlet, right? And then you take your Ethernet cable from your router, plug it into this device, and then you have another device plugged into another part of the house, and you take a Ethernet cable from that and put it into whatever you want to have hardwired internet to. I had no idea this was a thing, but apparently they can pass the signal from your internet through the electrical wires in your own home. I had no idea this was a thing. I've been racking my brain, because the only people I've been able to find that'll come out here to be able to do the job is giving me quotes like $1,500 for one drop line. $1,500 is because that's their minimum requirement for their job. For them to do any job, it's like $1,500. And I basically like, no. we'll go with the Wi-Fi solution.
Well,
And then
thank
he
you.
told me about this. I like $80. It was $80 on Amazon. I swiped that up as quickly as I could, and if it works even, half as good as I hope it does, whoo boy, sign me up. So, anyways, now that I kind of went on a tangent there, let's go on to the next mod. Polish Cowshed by Rollseb. 23.48 megabytes to install, $70,000 to purchase. 45 cows can be put into this barn. It is really, really good looking. I do like this one a lot. And what's really cool is that it's kind of ambiguous. Like, it says that it's a Polish cowshed. I don't see a Polish or even like a European kind of vibe to this. I think that this could fit, with the exception, as you can see right here in this screenshot here, it's the third screenshot, the European Union flag with the
Yeah.
kind of signage on the top over the pillar. If that was not there, this would look like just a barn, but it's basically just a cinder block barn. It looks so, so good, highly, highly detailed, and 24 megabytes to install. So all in all, I think this is fantastic. And if it wasn't for that EU flag that was right there, you could use it, I think, pretty much anywhere. And 45 cows, you take a look at the Climate closest comparables. Again, is going to be the cow barn for 50 cows. You're going to get 5 more cows from the mod that are from the base game cow barn. But again, $254,000 to purchase. It's only 70. You're saving a ridiculous. You're saving almost $100,000 right off the rip. Like that's incredible, incredible.
Yeah.
No, almost $200,000 really. Yeah, almost 200K. Yeah, yeah. Math is mathing. It is midnight here. So yeah, all in all, I think this is a fantastic mod. I think this is a really good one, and I think yeah, definitely worth a download. Will, what do you think?
Now this is like this is a perfect example I was talking about earlier. See how it's just a barn, like no pasture. Like
Yep.
I wish we had more stuff like that. Like it was just a barn. But I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. I agree. If that flag wasn't up there, that poster, the banner, whatever it was, if that wasn't up there, then yeah, I mean, you could fit this almost on any single map you go to. Another thing that I really do like, and I wish a lot more modders would do it, is they actually have a screenshot of what it looks like in the snow, like the snow on top of the roof. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand. I know there are some modders that do that, but I wish almost every modder would do that, because then you could, take a glance. Okay, this is what it looks like. You know. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, it looks fantastic.
I'm right there with you, man. Right there with you. I think this is a great one. Let's see, real quick. We got James. How's it going, James? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. It says, hey guys, how's your night going? It's going fantastic. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Moving on to our next one. We've got the Metal Shed by Alexander Tarasenko. Whew. I know that one because of a Vladimir Tarasenko who plays for, used to play, I think he does, for the Detroit Red Wings. So, anyways, 7.28 megabytes to install, $13,000 to buy. This is not too shabby if you ask me. Very nice, highly detailed. I love the metal structure with the brick layment underneath. and the kind of metal siding on it. I think this is a really sharp looking mod. It's got nice under uh, under roof lighting, so you get a nice lit up area, and 13 grand, 13 grand. This is a good one. I like this one.
It's not bad. I mean, for it costing 13,000, not bad at all. And only being almost 7.5 megabytes. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad at all. I mean, it looks very highly detailed. It looks nice. I mean, I personally wouldn't install it. That's a pass for me. Um, but I mean, this would fit perfectly on a European map.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think this one might fit just about anywhere. This is one that, again, is kind of that ambiguousness to me.
So, there is one thing because we're talking about sheds. There is one thing that I do want to note.
Let's hear it.
And it really made me lose my marbles.
Uh-oh.
I'm beyond sick and tired of hearing people complain because all right, you know how I post mods every day, right? Every day that they get
Yep,
released.
yep.
Well, so besides my page on Facebook, there's another council group I posted for. There's so many people who complain. It's like oh, more useless mods coming out. We got more shed mods that came out. You know, it's like, and I lost my marbles. You know, and I ended up like making a comment and I'd be like, be grateful that we're even getting mods. Like modders don't have to make these. We could just be stuck with the base game stuff. You know, I understand that some mods people don't like. You know, like for prime example, like like no wrong, it's not a bad mod. I mean, I wouldn't install it. Someone else would. But
Mm-hmm.
on the other hand, I love the large old chicken coop. Prime example. You know, if you don't like it, don't install it. End of story. It doesn't mean that you have to comment saying that it's a useless mod and we shouldn't have it.
Well, yeah,
So
one person's useless mod is another person's treasure.
so and I I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to right now, but and I won't. But this person ended up messaging me personally and
Uh-oh.
and was like, well, I don't know what crawled up your rear end. But I was just making a statement. I'm like, you put a laughing emoji on the mod post, and then you made this comment. I was like, listen, I went, and I even told him, I went through your profile. You're a PC player, and you post PC content only. And I told him, I'm like, A, you're going to be banned from this council group. But B, I'm like, if you don't like the mods that are coming out, start learning how to mod and bring mods out.
What was that saying a while back? What was it? Learn to code?
Something like that. But
Yeah.
he didn't like
I
it
mean,
very much.
yeah, it's one of those where at the end of the day, you know, I think we talked about it one of the last times we got together, and it was just that kind of whole thankfulness. Be thankful for things rather than be upset, be, you know, being anything other than. Be thankful that number one, you're able to play a game.
Right.
There are people in this world who would just chomp at the opportunity to be able to just have the ability just to sit back and play a game. It is such a first world problem to sit there and complain about not getting a mod
Right. Right.
that you want or getting a mod that you deem as, you know, useless. Be thankful.
Yeah. I mean,
Be happy.
I mean, I don't like to say it very much, but there's too many entitled people in this world. Too many entitled people, and it's really getting to me. You know, I mean, I I don't take it out on other people. You know, which is nice because I just blow it. I just one ear and out the other, basically. But like BJ said, be thankful, be grateful we even have mods because, and I'm not gonna go over the news because I know we're not gonna have time. But I know I am gonna state this now, so we won't have to later on. There is a modder who was on the brink of quitting. Like I wouldn't say completely, but that's a span of modding.
Mm. Mm.
The amount of horrible star reviews that he has on a lot of his mods is ridiculous. You know, and he even made a post and I shared it. Basically stating that he's tired of people giving horrible reviews, and he said, "Listen, any mod from now on that has under a 4-star rating will not be converted over to the next game."
Oh man. Now, see, here's the thing: is I don't know if I necessarily agree with that kind of an approach. I understand where he's coming from. I don't get me wrong, but it's one of those where there could be a genuine upswell of like, okay, well, I just don't agree with this particular mod. Don't necessarily like this mod, but from what it sounds like it's mostly like a dog pile to where people are actually going in and it's like, oh well, you know, blah, 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 don't like it, blah, 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 for whatever reason, and you know, it's a real shame. It's a real shame because you know Hispano
Yeah.
makes great mods, and you know the more that people sit there and complain and just get all up in arms over honestly a video game,
Right.
the less we're going to have as a community, and
Exactly.
it's a real shame. It's a real shame. Like I said, be grateful for what you got. Be grateful for what you get. Be grateful and thankful, and you know just be happy with the ability to even be able to play. Again, you figure the minimum bar of entry to be able to even play Farm Sim 25 at its cheapest is probably what would you say about $500 for a console?
Yeah.
Maybe 600, maybe. You know, that's minimum bar to entry. There are so many people out there in the world, especially, that cannot even meet that bar.
Right.
Cannot meet it for one reason or another. And then you're talking another $60, $70 for the game. So you're talking, you know, right now, $70, or I'm sorry, $600 minimum just to kind of get the ball rolling with getting into farm sim.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many people who can't, and they would be so grateful and thankful if they could, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
You know, and custom modding's another one.
yep,
Custom modding is another one that he put out a post, and I could tell he was not happy because he said, you know, he said A, or it was like number one, and then number two, and they were all bold and capitalized. So I knew that he
yep,
was not happy because so many people were commenting, basically being like you're a liar, you're a liar, like this is useless, like why would you even say that? Oh, this mod is gonna come out on Friday the 20th when it's not being released, and then you come out and say, oh, it's being released but on PC only for right now, and then eventually you'll have to wait like 10 more days for it to come out on console. You know, it it's it's one of those things that modders are gonna start not making mods or start limiting them themselves.
mm-hmm,
And the most craziest part about it, and I hate saying this with a passion, I hate saying this, but a big majority of the people who complain are console players.
yeah, yeah. That didn't shock me.
You know, I don't want to seem like a bad guy by saying this, but save up, get a PC. you won't have a problem.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, at the end of the day, it, look, if any of this is ringing, hollow to anybody out there who's listening to this right now, this obviously isn't directed at you.
Correct.
It's one of those like, hey, hey, I'm thankful, I'm happy, I'm grateful for everything. That's all great and dandy, but if something about this is kind of striking a chord, take a second to reflect, kind of thing. Take a second to realize, like, hey, you got it pretty good if all you have to complain about is a mod coming out on Farming Simulator 25.
Right. Right.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. At the end of the day, you're complaining about a mod or complaining about something that's coming out that, I mean, like I said, there would be people that would give their left leg to be able to have the opportunity to be able to just be carefree enough to be able to just sit back and complain about a game,
Right.
let alone play it.
Right.
So, anyways, what do you say we move on?
Moving on from that.
Yeah. Let's see. I believe, where was I?
We're at Seeds Production.
Aha, Seed Productions S. Yes. Oh, come on. Click, click, click. Seed Production S by DS Power, 5.38 megabytes to install, and it costs a whopping $25,000 to purchase. We have 3 separate inputs and for 1 set of outputs. Basically, you put in herbicide, water, and either wheat, barley, or oats, and you get out seeds. I love it. Absolutely love this mod. So, what I love about this style of mod the most is that if you want a really good way to upsell your products, specifically like your oats, like your bare basic products, oats, barley, wheat, this is a good way to go. If you have a sell everything or if you have a map that actually has a good place to sell this stuff, seeds tend to roughly around what about $1,500 $2,000 per 1,000 liters. Any of this stuff base like wheat, barley, oats is at its maximum about 1,000
Yep.
per 1,000 liters. On medium difficulty. So it's a good way to be able to kind of upshot that product, that price very quickly. And it's a nice 1-to-1 ratio when it comes to the actual oats, barley, and wheat. And then you're talking an extra 100 liters for herbicide and 250 liters of water. Water, you can get that free on pretty much any map. You can install it free, pretty much anywhere. So water, I tend to always discount water personally. Herbicide, I mean, at 100 liters, you're not going to use so much that it's going to be, detrimental at the end of the day. So I love this mod. I think this is fantastic. What do you think?
That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, I don't personally really make seeds. But I mean, if you just want to have something on your farm just to be able to make seeds, and like let's just say like wheat, because wheat is a horrible for selling. Wheat
Yep.
always has a horrible, selling price. Now, if you don't have any chickens, and you're like, okay, well, what can I do with this? Make seeds. And I can guarantee you right now, you can buy a whole thing of herbicide and probably use not even 2% of it into a field with precision farming.
Yep.
So you have all that extra herbicide stored in there. And all you do is, and then water's free. you know? So,
Yeah.
it's, I think it's pretty good because you can basically take something that doesn't sell very well into something that sells all for a lot.
Yeah. And even if you don't use it as something for sales, I mean, you always need seeds. You're always planting, you're always, going into the next cycle. So this is something to get a good base product that you're going to need in one capacity or another. But hopefully you're able to produce enough of it to where then all of a sudden you have overage, and that overage can then be used for sales and making a killer profit. Like I said, even oats, I think at maximum gets up to like 1,400, I think max, if I remember correctly. Actually, let me I can confirm said things. Where am I? Aha, there we go. All right. So for wheat right now, I'm on Zelonka, $820 per thousand liters in August, and as a low point, 1,224 dollars for January as a high point. Let's see. We got oats, $1,317 per thousand liters as a low, $1,932 as a high, and barley, $767 per thousand liters as a low, $1,137 as a high. So, I mean, yeah, oat is well going to outperform both barley and
Yeah.
wheat. But when you're talking, if you can convert that to seeds and you have a place to sell it at, that seed is like it's a big, big price, like where there's seeds. Okay.
Yeah.
1,623 is the low point. So you're already at the maximum for oats when you convert the oats over to
Yeah.
seeds. You're already topping out that price. $3,267 per thousand liters. You get such a ridiculous return on investment. You can put in wheats or barley and make 4, 5, 6x the price at the high point. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's such a good production and such a good way to make money. Uh, like good money. And it's not one of those like productions that's like overpowered and you're like you almost feel cheaty. Like you feel like, oh, like I kind of feel bad because I'm getting too much money because I did something kind of naughty kind of thing. No, this is like something that is like a legit angle kind of thing, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Now, real quick, we got James says good farming on the new Three Marias farm. That's a good map there, James. Really like that one. Samuel says nice work, new mods, 100%. James also says, yeah, I went to get a PS5 and FS25 and FS22. I've only got playing the three. I've only been playing for 3 months, and I don't have nothing bad to say about the maps or mods. James also said, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, and that's it exactly. Sounds like you're exactly the kind of guy that we're talking about there. Is it's hey, just be grateful, just be
Right.
happy,
Exactly.
because that's certainly going to serve a lot better.
Exactly.
Let's see. Next one, we've got the single family farmhouse by Raider, 3.58 megabytes to install, $15,000 to buy. Well,
You can't go inside. I'm gonna start
but it looks
singing it.
darn good. You can't go inside. You can't go inside. You can't go inside.
Can't go inside.
Okay, now you just took it way too far. When you start throwing in dubstep, no, just no.
Why not?
Anyways, anyways, 15 grand for a farmhouse. I'll be honest with you, 4 megabytes to install. This is not bad. This isn't bad at all. If you're looking for just a cheap little home that kind of pop up on your farm, here it is. This is a good one. And it's got the nice little Christmas lights and all that stuff. It's solid. I do like this one.
And for the low megabytes and being for $15,000, yeah, it's not bad. It'd still be a pass for me, and it will always be a pass for me unless you can go inside. I'm sorry, Raider. Also, there was also another mod that came out from Raider on this day that got removed.
How dare they?
So it was removed from Mod Hub. I don't know why, but it was removed. So I just want to let everyone
Wait,
know.
there's something you don't know about Farm Sim?
I don't know. I don't know how to get in contact with Raider, so I don't know. And if I did, then I would have told him to make an interior.
Oh, jeez. And on that note,
Moving on.
Steel Barrier by Derwin Modding, 13.98 megabytes to install, $1,000 to buy, a whole whopping $1,000. It's a barrier, and it is what it is. I mean, me personally, it's not going to be my cup of tea, not something I'm going to install,
Right.
especially for 14 megabytes. It does look very highly detailed. It's got a really good, like, that looks like legit. I do like that you're able to lug it around with the pallet forks and all that stuff, but it's not something that I have to have so badly that I'm going to install for 14 megabytes for a barrier,
Right.
kind of thing. So this is a pass for me.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Pass.
Next one is.
Oh, what was your what was your favorite mod?
Oh, did I miss it? I missed it. No, how dare I? Um, I'm gonna go with the Iseria Color and Range Extender.
Not bad. Yeah, I was very torn between two mods for this one.
Let's hear it.
I was torn between the John Deere and the chicken coop from VX Mapping.
Both of those are very good, and the chicken coop was definitely high up there on mine. Like it's like the Azaria, the chicken coop. Like if I have to pick, it's just the Azaria just barely edges it out, just
Right.
because of the big shift that it can make in again in recording and saving money.
Right.
So the next one is the handcrafted plow. Oh, by Pepe978. Nothing against Pepe978 or his plow. It's just that it's a chiselback, and we all know how I feel about chiselbacks.
You love them.
4.32 megabytes. I love them. I'm such a big fan. Oh, sorry. Anyways, sorry. Did anybody else vomit? It's just again, nothing against the mod, nothing against the mod maker. Just I'm not big into chiselbacks, especially a 1 meter chiselback.
How okay? How come I feel like I could see something from like you? Okay, have you ever played Fallout?
I have not.
Okay. Well, because then like Fallout, especially like Fallout 4 and the newer ones, like it'll pop up saying please stand by, and then it'll show like either like a countdown or like some weird background. How come I feel like that could pop up and then it could have a countdown while it says please stand by, and then as soon as it comes back you're just sitting back down, you're like I'm back. Or just one of these.
It's kind of like my be right back kind of thing. It's like, you know what? I just had to take care of something. Ugh. Anyways, 4.32 megabytes to install. We got a price tag of $8,500 and one. Count it, one, not two, not half, 1 meter working with. One. We're going for one. 115 horsepower. Closest comparable is the Pottinger Servo 25 at $14,000. It's rather expensive for a 1 meter plow and a horsepower requirement 85 horsepower, 1.2 meter working width. So taking a look at that comparable, we would spend more for the base game. About let's see, $6,500 more. No, $5,500 more. Is my mathing? It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. We have a difference of zero point 0.2 meters, so the base game is just a smidge larger, and a install of 4 or 5 megabytes. So all in all, the handcrafted plow is the better option, but yeah, not by much, because 1 meter. 1 meter. If you got an itty bitty farm, this is going to be a really good one for you. One 1 meter on a small farm, small fields. This is going to be good to go. And all joking aside, this is just jokes. Again, nothing against the modder or anything like that. The mod itself, it's just for those who follow the content for a really long time know how I feel about chiselbacks, and this is no exception. So, in all fairness, this looks like a solid mod. I do like the wear conditions on it and how it looks. Um, I'm sure it functions the way a chiselback does, and can go from there. Will, what do you think?
Well, I have to agree. Like a 1 meter plow, pass. I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but it is definitely for your small farm shenanigans. Now, now I know for well, I know you're probably not watching my stream at the moment, but I have loaded up my stream and I'm showing them right now. And I have it says "Please stand by" with a countdown on it from Fallout. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, snap. Next one we got here is the milk slash water transport on 3 point support platform by Doodoo RGM. 3.19 megabytes to install, $900 to buy, and 1,800 liter capacity. I like this. I like this a lot. If you are wanting to transport some milk or some water, and yeah, this is going to be a good way to do it. Taking a look at our closest comparables, going under our barrels category under animals, probably be the closest. Ooh. Really, this is going to be kind of tough because you really don't have a good comparable because you either got the Abbey Attachments 550, which only does water, or the MKS 8, which does the water and milk, but the capacities are drastically different. But let's go ahead and use this one, the Lizard MKS 8, because at least it will take both of the products. You can see here $25,000 to buy, 8,000 liters. So looking at our mod here, $900 to buy. So you're saving a lot, $24,100 right off the bat. And then the literage capacities, 1,800 liters as compared to the 8,000. But I mean, you can, what is that? So one, two, three, four. That's basically like 20 sometimes less than. You're going to get quite a bit more bang for, bang for your buck in regards to the price per 1,000 liters for this one here. But this only does the milk and water transport as opposed to the MKS 8 that does the milk of both types, both the cow and buffalo, water, herbicide, and liquid fertilizer. So that one does do a lot more compared to this one. But yeah, if all you're looking for is a little milk tote or water tote, here you go. This is going to be a good option for you. What do you say, Will?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is like absolutely perfect if you want to start out with definitely start from scratch. I feel like this would be absolutely perfect for your use, or if you're running an extremely small farm, then yeah.
Well, and you know what? You just made a perfect point there because yeah, if you're looking for something for your farm, you're just starting out. Even the Abbey Attachment 550 here is $5,850 for 2,080 liters, but this only does water. This does water and milk at $900. So again, it's significantly cheaper, about almost 5 grand cheaper, and it almost has the same capacity. 2,080 here for the map or for the base game as compared to 1,800 liters for the mod. So you're only talking a difference of 280 liters between the two, but you're saving so much money. So this, compared to the base game, Abbey Tanker here, is significantly, significantly better. So yeah, I mean, all in all, you make a great point in that this would be a perfect entry level. Perfect entry level.
Oh yeah, I just sent it to you, by the way.
Nice. I'll check it out here after the stream. Next one we have is the Polish House by Quester, 17.09 megabytes to install, $30,000 to purchase. And it is a house. It is of Polish style, and
you can't go inside.
I will say that the smoke bellowing out of it is a nice little touch. I do appreciate that. But You can't go inside, and it's, at the end of the day, it's got that kind of very stylized look to it. So if you don't have a map that's going to fit that style, it's going to be a little bit difficult to utilize this one. So
But
all in all, this is going to be a pass for me.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be definitely gonna be a pass for me, which we already all know the reason why. But but I mean, definitely with
No,
this,
go ahead and tell us again.
because you can't go inside. You know, the but it definitely has that nice feature though, where you can see like the smoke coming out of the chimneys. That is definitely a nice touch to it. I feel like this house would fit perfect on Zelonka.
100%.
So,
100%.
but yeah, a straight up pass for me. Who is this by Quester? Quester?
Quester, yep.
I appreciate you bringing this out, man. I really do. I really appreciate it. But can we just do an interiors, please? It's FS25.
Next one is the Coconut Trees by Namag Mods, 7.53 megabytes to install, and a whole whopping price. Massive, gigantic. Not going to be able to contain ourselves. $70. $70.
Oh, big spender.
Big, big spender. They're coconut trees. They're basically like little palm trees. They look good. They look really sharp. Deco, 8 megabytes. Me personally, gonna be a pass. Just it's gonna fit on very specific maps. It's gonna be a very kind of niche kind of mod. So for that, I'm gonna go be a pass.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pass for me. I mean, I don't ever foresee myself using this. I mean, if you're playing on a South American map, perfect. I think it would fit that perfectly.
Even like an island map,
Yeah.
if we get like a good island map, this would probably fit in really good there too. But
Also, speaking of island maps, to answer your question, because I know I got a bunch of these questions, whether it was a personal message or if it was a comment on something, no, Alien Gym is not coming to FS25. So, so
tears, tears rolling right now. You can see them. There's just a free flow of tears.
really, because I can't see them.
You obviously don't have my stream open then.
No,
It's just I'm just a sloppy mess right now.
doesn't seem
Alien
like
Gym
it.
not coming to FS25. Just let the tears fall. Anyways, next one we got is the Dairy Productions by Omatana, 15.81 megabytes to install, and a price of $30,000. We have our various inputs of milks, goat's milk, buffalo milk, sugar, chocolate, honey, and strawberries, and we get out chocolate ice cream, honey ice cream, which sounds delicious, by the way, strawberry ice cream, vanilla ice cream, buffalo yogurt, yogurt, goat milk yogurt, butter, cheese, goat cheese, buffalo mozzarella, chocolate, bottled milk, and bottled goat milk, bottled buffalo milk. And you also have a sell point, a market stall for $500. This is nice. I really, really like this one. And again, Omatana, she does a fantastic job on her mods, and this is no exception.
And you can go inside.
Booyah!
Plus, I think it's funny. You can actually go like in the front door and actually see everything, but you can also go in the back as well. And once you put stuff in it and activate it, these things and like gets in the first to the last screenshot. You can actually see them move, but they're actually turning. So, I mean, come on, people, it's not that hard if Omatana can do it.
What are you saying about Omatana?
No, I'm just saying if she can do it, anybody can do it. It's not that hard. I mean, for me it would be because I don't know how to mod, but
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. I say this all the time. If I were to mod, if I were to make a map, if I were to do anything along those lines, like if I were to try to make this building here, like anything like this, it would look, number one, it would look as if I just kind of scribbled like just kind of drag the pen all around everywhere. And then on top of that, it would not be a building per se. It wouldn't even be like a square or a rectangle. It'd just be this just amalgamation of just nonsense. Like I have no artistic vision whatsoever. So yeah, I leave it to the professionals. That's why when, Will was talking about the modders earlier, that's why, me personally, I always kind of, say, hey, take it easy on the modders because there's not too many people out there who can do this stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Anyways, go ahead.
I do want to point something out.
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
Omatana, I understand you're German, and I understand this is probably how you spell it, but yogurt is with a Y, not with a J.
Shots fired.
I just want to point that out. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'm not. But no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we got the old German barn by again, Leo. 78.97 megabytes to download, $70,000 to buy, and room for 20 cows. Leo, wow. Just absolutely wow. I love this one. Again, love this one. This is, wait, hold on. Hold up, wait a minute. Nope, we're good. I was about to say, I thought this was a part of the group. Anyways, this is a fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I love this building. All the rounded archways that are inside the building itself. You got the outside, the just deteriorating siding there. I love it. The exposed brickwork. Then you go inside the building itself, and you got the exposed beams and trusses. You've got all this different kind of brickwork on the inside. Like, this thing is absolutely berserk. Then you see all these column works on the inside, these arched columns that are on the inside. I don't no, they're not called buttresses. I forget what they're called, but no, it's just this is an amazing mod. 80 megabytes. 80 megabytes. You can see where every single one of those megabytes go. You can see every single one of them. And wow, is this absolutely phenomenal? I just can't. 80 megabytes.
I agree with you. I mean, 80 megabytes is high, but I also agree. You can see right where it's all going. And I will say though that there is an option to move the ladder from where it originally is to, that's like in the very first screenshot, so like right above that little hayloft. You can get into that hayloft, but you're gonna have to use something other than that ladder because you can't even climb up the ladder.
Gotcha.
So just an FYI for everybody. It's very highly detailed, and
Extremely.
and the slot count on this, if I remember correctly, was 38. It was 38 or 40.
I'm shocked it's that low.
So
I am shocked. Legit, I'm shocked it's that small.
now I know it's
I was expecting 80 megabytes to install and a million slot counts.
Now, I know that someone reached out to me originally before and asked me this, and I'm just going to put it out here and say no. They asked to see if we could read off the slot count for everything. I said no, only because that would take way too much time.
Well, you would have to download everything. You'd have to, check it all out and all that. And yeah, because we do the entire week's worth of mods, yeah,
Right.
that would be near impossible.
Yeah,
So it's very sorry, but yeah, that's just not something that either one of us can dedicate the time to.
I mean, it's not a bad thought.
Not at all.
I mean, I could do it because I work at 5, but the amount of space I would have to free up on my console, and it's already almost 80% full.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, but no. So. If you guys want to know what the slot count is, check out Mr. Steely P.
Yep.
So,
Yep, he does a great job because he installs the day's worth of mods
yeah.
and then goes through them and gives all that stats and
Yep.
information. So, yeah, definitely a more in-depth look.
Yeah. All right.
Next and final
Yeah.
mod for this week, we've got the Pig Farm Building Package by Razak. 67.94 megabytes to install, and we have various bits and pieces throughout this entire pack. We'll start at the top with the pigsty with water and straw, consisting of 2 stables and a run out area in the middle. $220,000 to purchase. 500 pigs can fit in there. We got a workshop with garage and office, only 90-degree orientation for $150,000. Vehicle haul for $90,000, grain silo for $120,000, haul for the equipment of bulk goods $75,000, manure plate and extension $25,000, medium silage silo for $45,000, silage silo large $55,000, and deco bale stack $1 each. This for 70, nearly 70 megabytes to install. You get a lot of options here, but well, not even but. We won't go with the but just yet. Very highly detailed. It looks really, really good. But now the but. 70 megabytes.
Yeah.
70 megabytes. It's a massive, massive commitment for space there. You can get yourself a small forestry map for that size there. And I mean, you do get all the main components for a very nice starting farm. I will give you that one 100% for 70 megabytes, and you're getting what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 separate elements. I mean, again, you know where the file size is coming from, and you're getting a load of stuff with it. Just for that file size, though, I'm gonna pass on that.
It's a hard pass for me too. Because it's 80 megabytes. You know, I mean, like I said, it looks absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong. The workshop is repair only, not repair and repaint. The the cow, I mean, not the pig shed. It's very interesting. It has a built-in, like you see in the second screenshot, it has a built-in slurry lagoon, which has a fill plane, so you can see it filling over time, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
But also, like on this one right here, where you see the doors open, you see like the feed trigger. Basically, you pull through there, and that's where you feed them. You go to the opposite side, and you open up the door over there, and you go in. That's where your straw goes. So there's a trigger on both sides. Now, if you're using bales, then you literally you can bring them to the gate entrance on the opposite side where the slurry pit is. If you're using bales, you can also bring them inside as well. But for this, you do have to give them water. So you really have to back in through that gate on the opposite side. You have to back right in. You don't even have to go right over to the water trough. All you do is back in a little bit and then pop right up. But they do require water, so I just want to point that out.
Gotcha.
And other than that, it looks absolutely fantastic. For the bunker silos, there was a little bit of bleeding, not major. Just just a little bit. So the silo is pretty nice. The manure heap does bleed a little bit, but nothing really major. So I mean, overall, it'd be a pass for me. So
Gotcha. And what was your favorite for the what was that, the 6th? The 6th. No, 16th. Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say the dairy production from Omatana.
100% agree. Right there with you.
So
And that is it for the mods for the past week. Do we want to take a look at the news super fast, or do we want to hold off?
I can tell you there wasn't that much news, which I know BDD can also testify to this as well. I mean, I can load it up here just real brief, just like real quick, because it's not going to take me that long to load it up. But all right. One of the big ones that I do want to announce this date 6/27. 6/27 is the release date for Elm Creek.
Watch out now.
So Puma 145 is bringing it on this the 27th of this month. So just be
Just a few more days.
yep. And then for Mr. Hector, of course, a bunch of his placeables like his big long sheds, his other sheds, his big silo facility, and his slurry lagoon. All of them are coming back.
Nice.
They are actually all submitted to the mod hub, so now they're just waiting to be tested. Then of course Hispano, like we already talked about, because he used this one for example, like his Cortiva circular pivot has a 3.9 star rating by 119 people. This will not be converted over to the next game unless it gets over a 4-star rating. So, and that goes for any of his mods. So, we already talked about custom modding. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm actually very thankful this did not come out on Friday. I'm very thankful because there were a lot of bugs with this planter. Like a lot of bugs. Like DJ Goham was complaining about him in like the first couple minutes of his early access mod review for that.
Oh no.
Like the planter, when it was raised up, it barely was raised up off the ground. And then when we went to go lower down, like the whole bottom half of the planter would sink right into the ground. The planter would like to move. So like in the shop, the second that you start customizing it, like the planter would actually start moving backwards or forwards.
Oh jeez.
The covers for the seed tanks would not open. So you really have to cheat in the seeds and the fertilizer. And they would not fill from pallets. Yeah, there's a whole lot more than just that. So I'm very thankful. So, but custom modding is already almost done with the update. He's gonna send it in immediately once he's done. So,
Nice.
IGUS is updating all of his mods, so you could basically change if whether or not for like if you wanted to have like the whole building red with the white roof and the white trim, or you can do vice versa. So you have red roof, red trim, and then the white siding. He updated his cold storage for that. He's updating all of them like that. Now custom modding did announce this right here too. That is Landau and Brillin. I'm pretty positive Brillin is not a licensed brand, so we get the Landau version. Either because I did ask him, I haven't heard anything back yet. I'm pretty sure. I think he's working on getting the licensing for Brillin. But if not, it'll probably come as a lizard brand. But basically, you're gonna get the small, medium, or large. So you got the small 8 shank. So it's 40 by 8. It requires 320 horsepower. Then you got the medium 12 shank, 40 by 12. So basically, I think it's like an 8 meter, 12 meter, You got requires 480 horsepower, and then you got the large 16 shank, which I believe is that 16 meter, I think. 640 horsepower. That's just my guess. It doesn't actually say. That's just my best guess, but I'm very excited for this.
Nice.
Let's see. For that, yeah. Then Icus actually made a European shed, and it's all done and sent off for testing.
Nice.
And then Jake Dub 77 Gaming. He is working on his council version for his Pennsylvania map, which he stated that his 4X version is being put on hold because he's putting council players before PC players. Because council players don't get that kind of treatment, and he wants that to happen.
Nice.
Let's see.
Jake Dub. Big shout out to Jake Dub. Had him coming through my channel not too long ago. He was talking about this, several months ago.
Yeah. Let's see here. And then from Lancy Boy. Basically just showing off the inside of his shed that he made. His cow shed. So he's making good progress on that. He is also working on Stone Valley. So we should be hearing something about that here pretty soon, the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
See, yeah, and then I don't know. Did we talk? I think we talked about this. Yeah, we already talked about this last week. But it was the pull behind Cotton Harvester from JD Modding Arg.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for this.
I can tell you, I did speak with Connect Modding, because I asked them if a bunch of mods that I listed them all off, if they were all coming back to FS25, and they said yes. So I know. So there's the Case IH Patriot, their self-propelled sprayer. That's coming back. There's this star mod, I forget what it's called, but it's a star mod that I always use a lot in FS22. That's coming back. Their Mendeco 5-plex roller is coming back. I believe that they're also making a smaller version of that too. I believe they said that they're going to try to work on that. Then there was a couple other mods that I asked them too that were coming. They said, yeah. I did ask them if a very specific map was coming back, and they said yes. I don't remember the name of it. It was the one map from Connect Modding in Case IH, Brazil. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Oh, this is gonna bug me now.
yeah, that's gonna be.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I can find it real quick.
Oh, El Dorado
I don't,
or Recanto de Alvarado.
I don't know if it was those. I don't know if it was that.
Because there's the El Dorado, which was authored by Case IH Brazil and Connect Modding.
That would have been it then. Yeah, because it had like the like those roundabout and the express highway.
Yes. Yep. Okay. I remember because the starting farm was down in the southeast corner of the map, and that you would run up the center of the map, like down the highway, and then you would loop around to like this giant sugar plant factory. Yeah, I remember that one. Well, nice. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So, so that one is coming back. Yeah, I'll just keep on going with this, but so that map is coming back to FS25, which I'm kind of excited for.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's gonna be a great one.
So that's it for the news. I mean, there wasn't, like I said, there wasn't really that much news. I know the news is slowed down. Also, one last thing I want to say before BDD and I cut out on this stream. Please be patient with Giants. I beg of you, people. Please be patient with Giants. FarmCon is next week.
Yep.
So if if mods don't drop very often this week and next week, please be patient with them. It's because of FarmCon. Okay?
Do not be surprised if things are a little slow over the next couple of weeks.
Man, I'm already expecting it. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong and great. But but usually typically when FarmCon usually happens, yeah, things slow down. I do know that Giants did state though, which there's only a couple people that know this, and I know this, that they are going to try, if they have enough signal, they're going to try to live stream it.
Nice.
So
Where's FarmCon this year?
Austria.
Austria. Nice.
So yep. So unfortunately,
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if
Sad it's not here in the States.
I Bree even told me that if they ever have a farm con in the States, we'd go.
Gotcha. No, that would be cool. That'd be
So
something I'd even consider going to.
but unfortunately, it's not in the States, but it's in Austria. So I do know that they will be talking about the expansion. They will be talking about the next DLC. That I don't. They're not going to announce it, I don't think, but they're going to talk about it. And basically what they have planned. And I also know who else is going to be there and making a presentation.
Who would that be?
No, they were there last year. They were there the year before that. Our good old friends. Really? Well, you're not going to take a guess.
Oh, I didn't realize you were wanting me to take a guess. Ooh,
I'll give you a
you know
hint.
what? In all fairness, it's 1:30 in the morning.
I'll give you a hint. They made they made pumps and hoses. They also made the straw harvest TLC.
Oh, I can't remember their name off the top of my head, and that's gonna really upset me. Names. Why can't I remember their names? Help me out here. No, you're not gonna help me?
I literally had it right on the tip of my tongue, and then I forgot what it was.
Oh my goodness,
I-
that's hysterical.
I literally had it right on the tip of my tongue, and then I forgot what it was. Oh no!
Creative Mesh.
Great match, yeah. So, yeah. So,
That's hysterical.
yeah. So, yeah. So, Creative Mesh will be there, and they already, because I reached out to them and I had a little conversation with them. They're gonna see how well it goes, either this year or for the next season pass. They're gonna have a third party DLC dropping.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
they wouldn't tell me what it is, but
Oh, sad face.
all they said is it's something that that players have been wanting. That's all they said. So, which there's only one thing I can think of. Actually, two things I can think of: a better seasons, and basically the manure system. We can actually we had to hook up the hoses to be able to transfer liquids over.
Yeah.
That's just my best guess. other than that, I do not know until they announce it. So,
Well, we shall see. I will certainly be on the edge of my seat.
I also do know that Giants are supposed to be making another mod drop. I don't know when. And there is going to be another patch coming out, I think, in the next month, maybe 2 months. I know that they have another patch coming out. They have 2 more patches coming out that I know for a fact.
Okay.
So, because they have one that's gonna drop, I think it's supposed to fix some things, and they're gonna be adding stuff to the game. Then they also have a mod drop coming out, and then they have another update that's supposed to to coincide with the next DLC. So, just
Nice.
which of course. Of course, if you guys want to stay up to date anything, make sure you check me over on Facebook. Multi-Game FS Encyclopedia. You can also find me over on Twitch, Steiner24, which I try to stream on a daily basis. Sometimes it doesn't happen as much as I want to, especially with it being so hot right now. So, because our air conditioner doesn't really want to work. so,
Ooh,
so,
that's no good.
so.
Well, I think that is going to draw tonight's episode of Agribusiness Tonight to a close. Will, as always, I had an absolute blast with you tonight. I hope you did as well.
Yeah. And sorry, I was late.
You know what? You should be. You should be so sorry.
I take that back now.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing. But like I said, we had an absolute blast here tonight, and hope you all did too. And if you did, please show us by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.
Peace. I will see you on the other side.